When we talk about crawfish, we talk about boiled crawfish, we talk about jambalaya, we talk about crawfish bread, we talk about crawfish pasta, crawfish etouffee, crawfish wrap, and crawfish jubilee.
I heard Discovery Zone's got this excellent new Men in Black laser adventure. Save the Earth from the slime of the universe, and they'll make you an honorary MIB agent. There's this video wall, and birthdays are blasted, DZ. They're almost everywhere. Are you ready for the new DZ?
Will get cancer in the butthole. It'll burn and burn and burn. They won't be able to sit down because of the burning in their butthole. He can't sit down. He's got a burning in his butthole. He's got a fire. He's got a flame coming out of his butthole. God's going to have a flame coming out of your butthole. You're going to have a flame coming out of your butthole. If you thought that AIDS was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet.
So with that, you doing me, man? No, I'm doing it with no, I thought it was very good. This is gonna be a good show. Here we go. Is there an earthquake in?
Here's that rainy day they told me about, and I laughed at the thought.
Are you guys ready? Go. Chicken, eagle, snake. Chicken, eagle, snake. Chicken, eagle, snake. Chicken, eagle, snake.
Also, her mit Herzen von
This stream is live during the 2023 WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Without the labor of the writers and actors currently on strike, the content being covered here wouldn't exist. Stay Bombad.
Welcome to the Bombadcast.
You know, we got our tight-knit group of people here that we broadcast to every week. We've got some wonderful people in the chat, don't get me wrong. Jeff, glad to see you. Preston, I miss teaching you, bud. Brian, wonderful Brian. Brian, I'm not going to show it I'm just going to show it very quickly. It's right here. I got one of them. I need to get the other three. You got to buy me a lot of canes, Brian, because I was told something different. Anyway, long story short, that's neither here nor there. Don't worry about it. William, glad to see you. A former student, miss my buddy. Buck, with the Buck, who's not a cuck, but wants to get sucked. Glad to have you here. Made Jerry laugh. Woodsy, you know what? I never asked y'all to do this. Do me a favor. Blast this out on your social medias. This has potential. Like, this episode really genuinely has potential to get very weird. We're talking Ancient Prophecies featuring David McCallum, made by Coast to Coast Productions. We'll talk about them in a second. I'm happy to have you all here every Thursday. We're going to be having this wonderful experience, especially with the WGA and the SAG-AFTRA strikes going on. We're not going to be covering Ahsoka, so we'll be covering old VHSs that have already been written and made. No, we'll be doing a lot of fun stuff on Bombadcast, but every Thursday you can find some weird Star Wars adjacent stuff here. Of course, Bombad Gaming. What can we do without Bombad Gaming? We did some roulette last night on VR. Where's our life gone to? You want to watch me play roulette? Some VR. Anyway, that being said, if you haven't yet, follow us on all of our social sites, Bombadcast on Facebook, _Bombadcast on Instagram, at Bombadcast on Twitter, and at Bombadcast on TikTok. Yeah, we also have a Patreon. We're going to be working with that soon. Jerry and I have been pushing this back. It's actually been me. It hasn't been Jerry. I'm going to be real honest with you. My life has been just so chaotic since school started, getting a new vehicle, it's just been a lot. So we're very thankful to the people that do support us on our page. Trevor, Richie, Preston, Buck, Alden, David, Trey, Wesley, Chase, Neil, Todd, Brian, M, Michael, Brian, Jeff, Jared, Seth, Sean, Rick, Joe, Brandon, Andy, Will, Scotty Holiday. This could be you. We're thankful for everyone that is here to support us and be our friends. But I don't know. We're very thankful. We're very thankful to have people that are wanting to support us. And I agree. Did you see old Finney's comment right here? Too bad we couldn't have gotten Peter Townley. God damn. I'm going to text him. By the way, he gave me his number. I don't know if you know. Did you get his number too, Jerry? Okay, we both got his number. I am not kidding. I'm going to text him. Let's see. And Jerry at the same exact time. The group text has been created. The Bombadcast, the Bombad group text has been created. Hold on. Here we go. Oh my God, Peter Townley would have ate this. Yes. We're producing live on air. Oh man. We are watching this live right now. Do you want to? It's so last minute, and I'm sorry, but you have a spot waiting. A spot here if you want to join. You never know. You never know. He might. You never know with Peter Townley, man. Oh, my mother-in-law. Hold on. We need to bring Jerry in. My beautiful mother-in-law. Katie's birthday is Sunday, by the way. Make sure everyone messages her or blows her up. Speaking of my other partner, the one and only, I got to bring him in. This is mostly inspired by him. Gerald, the Canold Cabled Junkled.
Mate, who invited you here?
Hey, mate.
Hey, yes, that's absolutely right. It's great to be here on Prophecy Night. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. I can't wait. So you predict that the world is going to end on February 14th, Valentine's Day. Bummer. Sorry, I had to get all the Ghostbusters. I have to get all the Ghostbusters prophecy things out. So your alien had a room at the Holiday Inn, Paramus. Yeah. Ancient Prophecies, everybody.
Sealed.
It is steel. Yeah, it is.
SIB actually.
Mint condition. Mint SIB. Condition.
We're going to open this shit up and watch it on my player.
I will say I got a little over, and I'm still excited to do this, but I did get a little super excited because you mentioned Coast to Coast.
Yes.
And I, for a second, thought that we were going to have the glorious Art Bell, and then a little fearful that it might be George Norrie, who's the new host.
Not Bombad.
George
Norrie,
like they make fun of him when I listened to a last podcast on the left, and one of them does like a George Norrie impersonation that is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm getting in the weeds
on
Coast to Coast AM. But this is the kind of shit that I loved paranormal shit. I was too scared to watch these back in the day because I was scared of the world ending. Because of being you know, being raised a Christian person, you get really a lot of
you're
prophecy
aware
heaped onto you. You
yes.
get a lot of apocalyptic language
Yes.
heaped on you at a very young age, and it is.
Well, look,
yeah,
what was your first scare?
This Bombad, it's okay, it's fine.
What was your first scare? I remember mine vividly. I can tell you where I was when I was told this. But what was the first time you were like, the world's ending? As a kid, what was it? We've all had this story.
I don't,
Especially
man.
if you grew up in a religious household.
I think that I had. I don't remember an exact time. I just remember there being an undercurrent of, oh my God. I don't want. This is terrifying.
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Okay, it's like, yeah, but God's gonna call us out of heaven. And like, but did you hear the shit that's gonna happen? Did you
like
hear
pull
that
our
shit?
souls out of our mouth or whatever it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Like something. Yeah,
it's like awful. So that being said,
there's the tribulation and everything, and like I think I'm gonna be a zombie or something. Like I'm just kidding.
I'm pretty sure that's in here. I cannot wait to watch. I can't wait.
But I'm very so okay.
We can barely pause these. It's VHS, so I have to like lean over to pause it every time we pause it. So we got to be conscientious of that.
We will try to not like we'll have to just kind of Mystery Science Theater 3000 it. Is what we'll have to do. We're gonna have to try to do that, and if we have to stop and talk, and we might have to stop and compose ourselves, guys, because this was made. This is a documentary about ancient prophecy. Made in 1994, and if you were born vaguely in the early 90s, late 80s, you might remember that something happened at the end of that century that people freaked the fuck out about.
Was that your cataclysmic like?
That was the everyone was. It was like kind of like everyone was kind of afraid, like we're like, is it gonna? Yeah. I remember like just seeing a lot of stuff on the news about the clocks aren't going to switch over and planes are going to fucking crash. And it's like, what? And I remember like I was a very simple I still am a very simple person, but I was like, shouldn't the clocks just know?
Yeah, shouldn't they could just
shouldn't the computers just know?
Oh man.
Yeah, Seth, you were born in the 90s. Like it was like I will say, so again, something media that I'm watching right now, The Righteous Gemstones just had a plot line where John Goodman's character, who's like the big megachurch pastor who's retired, in Y2K was selling like survival buckets.
Of course.
And he had the enemy of the season was created because this person bought like 50,000 buckets. Or so they bought like a ton of buckets and then like nothing happened. And so they were in the hole financially and they ended up hating John Goodman's character and stuff like that. It's like, it's a whole, they portrayed, that wasn't my Y2K experience.
Yes.
Because I was a child. I wanted to see the rest of the Star Wars prequels because I was like, please, God, just let it go a couple more years so that George can make 2 and 3. We need to complete the saga that it's done. Then you can take me.
That's
then
how
you
I feel
can take
now.
me, Lord.
That's how I feel now about Ahsoka. Like if God's gonna take me like sometime in November. Like please, these next 3 months, don't do this to me. Anyway, it sounds so sad. But
it was always, I was always like, and then I would feel guilty for praying that kind of. You know what I mean? I would feel guilty for being like, God, please, I want to watch this movie. And it's such an innocent little, you know what I mean? It's such an innocent thing, but you're made to feel like movies aren't more important than God, son.
Look at this. Oh my God.
Now, Eli, I wonder why.
You'll remember this because you were like 8 or 7 when it happened. My big fear was, and I'll never forget, it was like the first or second day of 6th grade. I sit down and I had my buddy Race, who's kind of an odd guy. I love Race. He's still pretty. You had
a friend named Race?
Yes.
Fucking awesome. Like Race Bannon from Johnny Quest.
He's so cool. So Race looked
you
at
have
me.
White hair.
Well, he looked at me and goes, and this is when I was in 6th grade. So this is like 2007. He was like, did you know the world's going to end in 2012? And I kid you not.
That was the next one.
That freaked me out. And then the movie came out in 2009. Then like I never forget.
No, it was 2011. the
Oh,
2012
11.
movie.
Okay,
I
yep.
worked at a movie theater. I
Oh.
remember putting together that standee joke, making jokes
Uh-huh.
about the apocalypse and everything. Like, oh well, I guess we won't be using this very long, right? You know, stuff like that.
Dude, I was worried. I was by the time it happened, I was a junior in high school, and I was genuinely terrified that night that I wasn't gonna wake up.
Yeah.
And so I'll never forget, like, I had everything
well
kind of
into
ordered. I
college.
was like, if I were to die, well, this is how it's gonna go out. But
Here we go.
I wonder. So what we're gonna do, Jerry, I actually for tonight, just to kind of have a good time.
We gotta have the good vibes, right?
I wanted to get some Gothic wine.
Ooh, what's that?
Wine. Yeah,
Oh,
it's a Cabernet.
that looks very. Ooh, that's very goth. Actually, that's gonna set the mood real nice.
Very Nostradamus.
Very Nostradamus. Actually, yeah. Would you mind? Like, I would love
Yeah.
to like have a glass. Like, here, go ahead. And,
By
like,
all means, sure.
pass it
Here
over
you go,
here.
bud. There you
Yeah,
go.
thank you. Appreciate that. Oh,
There you
here we
go,
go.
bud.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah,
that. That was
I'm
so
excited.
good. That's exactly the same bottle of wine. Oh, you know what? Hold on.
What?
Here. I'm a Bible major, so hold on real quick. I want you to reach out.
Okay. Okay.
And then there, you got it. And pull
yeah,
back now.
Pull
back.
Pull,
Pull back.
pull.
There you go.
How did
Boom.
you do that?
I have a bachelor's in biblical studies.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I have a bachelor's in biblical studies. Actually, we year 2 in potions class is when you learn this one. So Seth was in because Seth was one of my classmates. So we were both Hufflepuffs.
Was he the
we were
class
both
clown?
Hufflepuffs.
Was he the
we
class
were
clown?
we were the only house, surprisingly, that were okay with trans people. It was kind of crazy.
Anyway, we're gonna be drinking some wine tonight. I'm gonna pour this wine. We're gonna do a little toast to ancient prophecies. You know, if we drank on every Bombadcast, we would definitely be taking off YouTube. Just like, no doubt about it.
Oh yeah, because I don't drink on every Bombadcast.
No, if I did, it'd be really bad.
If you got drunk on every, you can have a drink and not get drunk on stream. But it's our sake streams. The sake, honestly, it's all it is. It's if you're drinking wine, whatever. If you're drinking the sake streams are where it kind of goes off the rails. We're 17 minutes in right now. We have not started this VHS.
You ready?
But
Here we go.
Hey,
we gotta open
this is
up.
it though. Hey, we got it here.
Cheers.
Everyone, get your glasses. Here we go. Cheers to the end times. There we go. Cheers.
Shout out
Cheers.
to Peak Milk, formerly Peak Milk. Drink up.
Drink up. Yes, listen, we do not do it as much justice, but in honor of Pink Milk, drink up.
Hey, by the way, send this to all your friends and family so
Adam,
they can learn
welcome.
about ancient Adam Frazier, but ancient
Adam
prophecies.
Frazier.
So, here we go. You ready? I'm gonna open this up.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready to
Let's
let's
open it up.
goth the fuck out. I'm ready,
Here
man.
we go. I'm gonna open it up. This is never so the story behind this.
Listen.
I was at a thrift store. I believe I found this one at the Purple Cow in Baton Rouge. Really cool thrift store. Great clothes there. I went there. I grabbed it, and I'm like, this has to be a Bombadcast episode. I've had this since June. So here we go. This has been sealed, and it's now the prophecies are
has not been this
undone.
Oh, how does it?
See,
I'm jealous because I can't smell it because that is like 1994 VHS.
Here we go.
Like that is aged to perfection. Does it make the slidey noise?
NBC Sunday, April 10th, 1994. So this aired on NBC. Oh my God. Who's ready? We're watching a VHS. I'm so
Eric,
excited.
we were just talking about Extreme Ghostbusters.
Eric,
I'm
I'm gonna DM you, Eric, because we found them all on Internet Archive. We'll get you.
Eric probably found. That's probably how Eric's watching it. I'm just. I am just the boomer here.
Look at this.
And I was like, Scotty was like, "What about Internet Archive?" I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
No indication
God.
how long it is, but it has never been played. Obviously, you can see all the way to the clear tape.
That's such a tiny tape, man. Look at that.
It is thin. It's not Titanic parts 1 and 2.
I am honestly really upset. I might have to sniff my Faces edition VHSs because, like, oh man, I haven't got I want to get a VHS player again. Like, I haven't. Yeah.
Do it. Well, here goes nothing. Chat, which format do you like? We're gonna name this one format number 1. This is number 1.
This is
number
better.
2.
Better 1. Better 1.
This
Better
is
2.
3. So take a vote. Which
better
one you like.
3.
1.
Better 1.
2
and 2
or 3. I think
or
3 may be
better
the
3.
best. I think 3 may be the best.
I
but
enjoy 3.
let's
Listen,
see
and
the
it is
chat.
our show too. So whatever you say in the chat, we can also veto.
This is going.
So
So
okay,
one
Woodsy's
thing-
giving us a 3. Okay.
3. Okay. 3.
Well, Brian
1.
says 1.
1.
Brian says this is very Mystery Science Theater
Another
3000.
3. Another 3.
But 3. Okay.
One thing that's important we have to acknowledge. One is
I said Brian wants MST3K. That's what Brian wants.
Okay.
Listen.
I don't
listen. You can't. Yeah. What are we gonna do? Are we doing this or 3? We got more people going for 3. Honestly,
I know.
I love Brian.
Like it. One thing I will say, y'all. By the way, just to kind of make this a
point,
3.
Listen.
We can't pause this that well because it is a VHS player and it's all the way down here. So we're gonna probably have to talk over a lot of whatever this is going to be. So we're going with 3.
Yeah.
The chat voted on 3. Y'all ready? Here we go.
Let's
this
do
is
it.
going
Let's
in
do
my
it.
VHS player. Watch. Here. Listen.
That is code for up the butt.
I gotta get my other VHS out.
I gotta shove this in my VHS player.
The Making of Star Wars. All right, here we go.
Woo, buddy boy.
Now, if there's any audio problems, let me know. Oh my God, this is it.
God, you want to maybe work on your tracking. No, just playing.
Tonight, from ancient times to the present, people claiming special powers have predicted similar events. Will their most fateful predictions of all soon come to pass?
Oh my God.
David McCallum is your guide
People on
to
fire.
ancient prophecies. Next.
The following is not a news program or documentary. It is a documentary, right?
Experts
are not necessarily experts. Although sufficient opposing viewpoints exist, they are not included. The information presented represents unsubstantiated anecdotal accounts of events, interpretations of writings, speculations about the significance of certain predictions. Sub-predictions by the same sources, though not mentioned, have been... I missed that part. Even dramatized situations... Broadcast is just... Listen, we missed it. We lost it. Basically, this is a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, look at this. Is this CG or a model?
Oh, that's a model.
We're doing it, y'all.
This is 100%. This.
David McCallum. Oh shit, we're in the pyramids of Giza.
Oh, we're in the pyramid. Oh wow, I'm glad that they put the railings in here.
Oh my God, this is.
Did we just stop and catch on fire for a second? Napoleon, what we got here? Craig Hafner, love him.
We're gonna get some racist shit in here, or some really homophobic.
I'm gonna be very uncomfortable because they are going to mention Jewish people at least once. That's the nature of this beast, and so this might get anti-Semitic, and so apology, like trigger warning up top. We will rag them sufficiently. Oh my God! Why am I into this kind of shit too, though? Like these are like literally the worst fucking people. Like also R.I.P. R.I.P. Johnny. I gotta look up his name. Dan, the man who did the voice of Dan Gribble.
Oh my God, you missed a great shot.
Holy shit! I saw someone burning, like a skull burning. Listen, go on Twitter.
What is this Ghostbusters ass effect? Here we go.
Listen, don't you besmirch
History
Ghostbusters.
is filled with astonishing predictions by seers who claim to foresee future events. Among them, the Egyptians, the prophets in the Bible, Nostradamus, Edgar Cayce. And all of these have at least one vision in common. The specter of an event yet to come that will change the world as we know it.
Look at him reading. Look at him reading.
The final Armageddon. What's
Oh.
more,
It's kind of nice.
date
I like
and
the
hour
piece
of this
sticking
event has been
down of the
repeatedly
hair.
foretold. Ever since the earliest civilization, man has studied the past lived in the
It's
present
so hard not to
and
pause
feared for
because
the
this feels like a
future.
Disney pre-ride.
A
This
future
feels like a
so
fucking
naive,
This is a line cue.
Hollywood Studios
that he
pre-line
has sought
video.
help
I was gonna say because
in
this is
divining the
not what's
secrets
under
of
the
time.
pyramid.
Often turning to the workaday prophets for hire, the fortune teller. Their neon signs beckon in the night from the seedy quarters of town. Palm readers, psychics,
The
fortune
seedy
tellers peddling
quarters of
advice to the
town.
lovelorn and curious, promising the impossible, offering a peek into the future.
That one looked like a cow udder.
Spirits from beyond, tell me more.
Traumatization.
For you, I see romance, love, passion,
This also might get offensive, by the way. The fortune teller.
heartbreak.
What if one could see the future?
If
Would it be
there might be
blessing or
a bad
It
portrayal
is a
of
very big
Romani
burden
people.
on my life. Sometimes I feel that I can change the course of someone's life. I take that very serious.
In Hollywood, California, Tila is a psychic to the stars.
Tila?
To protect the privacy of
Tila?
her famous client,
Tila!
she asked to be interviewed about her special gift of prophecy in silhouette.
The power is
Silhouette.
mostly premonitions, dreams, feelings. If I were to
Getting
sit
hot.
down quietly,
I was just saying,
I would see many
I'm
things
already.
happening around the world. Sometimes I find that I can turn it
Jacket's
off,
coming
and
off, guys.
sometimes I can't.
On hundreds of occasions, Tila claims her special
Tila?
gift has saved her clients and some total
Tila!
strangers from disastrous fate.
I
like
was walking one day
yelling,
on a very busy
Stella!
street, and I saw a lady put a baby in her car, in the car
front
seat. At that second, I felt
It was
that
the
woman
fucking
was going
90s,
to get
man.
hurt and the baby was going to get killed. I stopped her. I told her I'm a psychic, and please don't drive home. She didn't take my word for it.
Oh.
She just went on her way. And as soon as she pulled out, a car came and hit her directly in the back of the
Choo,
car. It wasn't
doo
very
ba
serious. She
ba
didn't
da
get
ba
hurt.
ba.
She
Whatever
looked at me, I
happened
looked at
to
her, and I just walked away.
predictability? Milkman, the
Recently,
paper
I had
boy.
a premonition
This
about
reminded me.
some kind of a ride and a
Not a
amusement
toy!
and that something was going to go wrong and that a lot of children was going to get hurt.
Soon thereafter, at a Los Angeles
she goes
children's
and
park,
upsets
a freak derailing of a train ride nearly killed dozens of children.
It was very frightening. And at that time, I didn't know if there was more that I could have done.
But Tila's visions often portend disasters over a much larger scale.
Fuck yeah.
I was sitting down very quietly one day. When I closed my eyes, I saw a large building exploding.
Oh,
And
please, God.
I
That's the
felt that
fucking
it's
World
going to be
Trade
in
Center.
New York City. The only thing I could think of, who can I save or what can I do? I located a client of mine, and I told her to stay away from large buildings within the next few days, because based on my experience, my premonitions only went 3 days.
Within days, according to Tila, television news showed the shocking aftermath of the terrorist bombing at the World Trade Center in New York City. But this was only one of the thousands
way
of
before.
premonitions that have haunted Tila since her childhood.
I want to hear
don't know
more
where
of
it
her
comes from.
predictions.
I honestly can't tell you. My ancestors are from Egypt, and as far as we can trace, I am the 6th generation of psychic readers. We are only the women that have the psychic ability.
We need Tila on
And now I
Bombadcast.
found that my child, my little
Tila,
girl,
if you're out there, we would
has
love
the
to talk
same
to you.
ability.
That
Don't
lady
scare me,
just-
though.
just
When my
saw the
ancestors
Phantom Menace.
were in Egypt, they would preferably read in the pyramids. Our energy is flowed through the pyramid and through our bodies.
Well, this is exciting.
This is
A
before the
journey
special
back to
editions even
Egypt,
came out.
The land of Tila's ancestors, the land of the pharaohs, will reveal what may be this world's most profound prophecy.
This is exciting.
Embodied in the Great Pyramid is what is purported to be a roadmap of the future that leads to a cataclysmic event at the end of this century.
Oh! Oh, this is where it gets good.
Rising from the desert sands of Egypt, the Great
In
Pyramid
the
bears
year
silent witness to
2000.
civilizations that have flowered and decayed. More than a mausoleum, it may guard the secrets of time.
Ooh.
Author E. Raymond Capt.
It's not a pagan temple or a tomb of a pharaoh whose body never has been found. The pyramid definitely has a message for mankind. The Great
That
Pyramid
guy
was
looks
built
like he
about
definitely yells at kids to get off his
2623
lawn.
BC during the reign of Khufu, second king of the 4th Egyptian dynasty. The builders came from Arabia, and they built several practice pyramids, training a workforce before they even started building the Great Pyramid.
He means slaves.
And when the
is
Great
what he
Pyramid
means.
was built and finished, these builders left.
The monument they built may have been created for the living and not the dead.
Oh shit!
The Great
I was
Pyramid
actually
built
hearing that.
disguised as a
wasn't
tomb.
necessarily a tomb.
Khufu died 7.5 years after the pyramid was built, and he never intended that to be his tomb. One of the puzzling aspects of the Great Pyramid was there were no hieroglyphics found in the passage walls or ceiling or the sarcophagus. In this respect, the Great Pyramid is silent.
Or predators.
No.
Silent.
Fucking
But
gyps.
not without a message. Some scholars believe encoded into the very structure of the pyramid may be mathematical and scientific knowledge of unbelievable precision that was unknown to the ancient Egyptian.
We find in the pyramid
But they put it in there.
scientific features we never dreamed men had any knowledge whatsoever of in that earlier time, 2623 BC. One of the amazing features of the Great Pyramid is it's built on a pi ratio. We know the Egyptians didn't have that information, and yet it's there.
Even more inconceivable.
Maybe they did.
Embedded within the pyramid's interior passageways and chambers may be a timeline.
Just not of the same name.
Future. Author Richard Noon.
The ancient astronomer.
Oh my God! The ancient astronomer. You have to stop.
That's our expert. That expert works at the goddamn gas
I
station.
love
on the
that
corner.
this is the reason they had to put the disclaimer at the beginning. They are not experts.
These people.
That is someone's cousin Dale. Is who that is. That is Dale. Hold on. Look, that is like one of my favorite lines from the new Ghostbusters is they're like talking. It's Phoebe and Podcast, the two kids talking.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of like telling her all this, like the Illuminati owns that building. That's run by the Rosicrucians. Like he's telling her like all this stuff about like this like oh, that's lizard people over there. And she goes, oh, I don't believe in any of that. And he goes, oh, how do you think we got the pyramids? And she goes, she's like, slaves. Slavery.
That's amazing.
Anyway, so fucking good.
Our Chattahoochee
Woo! This is it. It does look like Joe Exotic.
Calendar.
Embodied in the design
He
of the
sounds like
pyramid,
fucking Toby
we
Keith.
find three very significant dates. One of them is the birth of Christ, 1,000 years before the Bible is written.
Hold on.
2,000 years before Christ was even born. The pyramid is the prophecy in stone.
The secret to deciphering the Great Pyramid's
As a
prophetic
prophecy
calendar
of Christ's
may
birth.
lie in a simple equation.
How very Christian.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Start from the outside the pyramid.
It's white people bullshit. It's white bullshit.
And start
It's
measuring
like
forward
they're like,
in the passage system.
our Christian
allowing
Lord
each
was
inch to represent
predicted.
1 year. You come to 1453 BC, when the first ascending passage starts going up. That's the date that the law was given on Mount Sinai to Moses.
Going up the calendar line a little bit
my
further.
man. I don't know if you know this. They were not.
They did not. They did not.
They enslaved them.
Yes.
And then the
Or
whole
the Jews.
passageway
They
changes
helped
into
build this
glorious
shit.
architectural feat called the Grand Gallery. Then
He
we move
does have
up,
Thrawn vibes.
And
Buck.
according to the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead, we enter two periods of tribulation. Those dates were World War I, World War II, right on the money.
Right on the money.
What?
Ominously,
Where are the
passage
numbers at?
rapidly leads to a room called
What?
the King's
Bro,
Chamber.
if it's numerology shit, I'm telling. Have you
Some
ever looked up
investigators
numerology
fear
shit?
this
It is
termination
the
may
most.
portend
It
the
is.
end of
It is. You would fucking
The
hate it
calendar.
and love it.
There you go.
It's so it's
In
dumb.
stone, in the Great Pyramid,
And
ends
stone.
on the year 55-2000. So it's certainly the ultimate disaster.
However, the Great Pyramid offers an
Certainly.
alternate
Where
route,
is this guy
a
now?
stone calendar that descends on a straight line into a subterranean
He's probably had 2
chamber.
triple bypasses by now, right?
If the equation holds that 1 inch equals 1 year,
So
the year 2000 may also align with a gaping pit in the floor of the underground chamber.
Ooh, it's got smoke going in it too. Kalima.
The prophecy of the Great Pyramid allegedly warns that the coming millennium may usher in the end time. This same prophecy reappears in the writings of two men who lived in Europe during the Middle Ages.
Oh,
one was known as the king among prophets, and the other became a saint.
Ooh, so he must be
Over
right.
800 years ago in Ireland lived a bishop, a healer, a seer through time, a prophet who claimed to predict the day and hour his life would end. His name was St. Malachi. His legacy? One remarkable prophecy reaching almost 1,000 years into the future. It came to him in a vision while on a pilgrimage to the holy city of the Vatican. Author John Hogue interprets Malachi's prophecy.
Upon seeing the holy city, he fell into an ecstatic trance.
God damn it.
And in short 3-word
This
phrases,
man sold me a Slim
predicted
Jim the
all
other day.
popes that would rule unto doomsday.
Malachi's prophecy, a coded list foretelling the next 112 popes, remained lost for ages inside Vatican archives. Author Dolores Cannon offers a theory.
It was many centuries later before the prophecies came to light and were brought to the public. And as they have examined them, they have all come true up to the present time.
According to some researchers, Malachi's prophecies contain an ominous warning that may
John
come
Paul.
to pass in our time.
This Irish saint tells us that we only have 2 more popes after John Paul II.
Wrong. Well,
2 more
actually,
popes
wait.
in Malachi's list
Benedict
reportedly ends.
Francis.
About the final pope and the end of the Holy Roman Church,
Francis
Malachi
the cool
writes,
one or whatever,
"The
or
city
he's
of
like
7
easily trying to be
hills shall
hip.
be
or whatever.
utterly destroyed,
Here we go.
and the awful judge will judge the people."
Fuck yeah.
She is. It is Dolores.
It's been
This
said
house
that
is
St. Malachi's
clean.
prophecy names this last pope as
It's
the
clean.
one who shall bear witness to the destruction of Rome. If Malachi is correct,
And fiddle.
his name
next
will be
pope.
Peter the Roman, the very same name given to the first pope to sit in the Vatican.
Peter the Roman.
300 years after Malachi, the name Peter Romanus, or Peter the Roman, was again heralded as the final pope to perish in a terrible
Look at him
future
read.
time.
He's reading, dog.
Yeah.
This second
He's a
warning
great
came
reader,
from a
though.
man known
I've
as
got
the
to say.
king amongst prophets, Michel de Nostradame.
There he is.
Wow,
Michel
pretentious.
de Nostradame was born
I'll
almost
pause it
500
1
years
second.
ago in 1503.
When I was in middle school, I did read like a bunch of Nostradamus predictions, and it freaked me out like bad. I was like in 5th grade or like 7th grade.
Oh
like,
yeah.
freaking myself out because some of them are like Planet X is going to collide. Remember that one? Never heard of that one? Or like
Oh
the-
yeah.
the-
Wait, did
the-
he
the
give a
10th
year for
planet.
it?
I think it was 2012. Like I almost positive
yeah.
it was like way. Anyway, let's keep this going.
We've almost missed everything, but yeah. Listen, yeah, no. Like, 'cause what is it that like scares us about that kind of stuff? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Why
is-
do we
is
have
it-
that fear? That's a good question. Why are
I guess
we
it's
innately scared of
because
it?
no one, and I mean, maybe like again, us growing up very religious, that probably lends into it a little bit. But I think a lot of people get kind of scared when they read like, "How the hell does this guy know about cell phones?" or something, you know.
Yeah.
It is weird. It is otherworldly. I think is it feels otherworldly when you
Yeah.
read something and you're like, "How could they have known?" But one of the hold on, one of the ancient prophecies from 1994 was they will not make not 1 but 2 X-Men movies about the Dark Phoenix, and neither one of them will be that great. Eric already says it's better than virtual poker.
Thanks, Eric.
So
In time, it was he who would be widely
Is that
described
Jim
as the
Gaffigan?
king amongst prophets. Nostradamus predicted
Oh,
what has
shit.
been interpreted as the rise
look,
of Napoleon
YouTube.
and Hitler, also the coming of the Second and Third World Wars. He may have foreseen submarines and spacecraft centuries before their arrival.
What are you?
In his day, the Black
we go.
Plague was ravaging the
Oh.
land, killing all who crossed its path. Surrounded by the squalor
there's
of
some
16th
freaky
century
stories
Europe,
about stuff that happened during the
Nostradamus
Black
first
Plague,
achieved
by the way.
fame not as a prophet, but as a healer.
Whether it's true or not.
Nostradamus tells the story of entering a plague-ridden town. He came upon a woman.
Can you imagine going to lunch with her
affected by the
if that was your
plague,
grandma?
but still very much alive. She was sewing
Here we go.
herself up in her own death shroud. Because she was fearful no one would be left alive in the town to do it for her.
And, all right,
It was
Grandma,
in
can we?
just this environment that
Grandma, please
Nostradamus
finish your mashed
performed
potatoes.
his medical miracles.
I've got
Here we
to.
go.
I've
If
got to go. I've got to go
Nostradamus
buy
had
weed.
never
Okay.
predicted anything, he would be remembered as one of the great healers of the 16th century.
Tragically, Nostradamus found himself suddenly powerless when the Black Death struck his wife and child. Devastated, he wandered throughout Europe before finally remarrying and settling in Salon, France. It was here that he made some of his most amazing predictions.
I was gonna say
Nostradamus had
he
a
did
very
his best
special
stuff
room
after
in
that.
his house that he used exclusively for his prophecies.
Recreation.
Damp,
No,
dark,
really?
made entirely of stone. And there on a large wooden table, he
That's not
used
actual
various
Nostradamus?
looking-in devices. He had the best results with the special black mirror.
Oh shit.
He called this his doorway to the future.
Oh, so there might actually be some shit to this.
What actually transpired in his study is still a mystery centuries later. Did he have visions?
Just saying, I listened to a
Or hear
podcast by
voices
some
from
good
beyond?
investigators who
Could
were
he have
anyway,
traveled through time?
They have one of these scrying mirrors,
His main
and it's
inspiration
terrifying.
came from a
Apparently,
book, De Mysteriis Egyptorum, The Mysteries of Egyptology. And he recorded his visions of the future in the form of quatrains, which are a kind of poem.
Nostradamus wrote his quatrains in a mixture of languages.
quatrains
anagrams,
is fun to say, by the
symbolism.
way.
He devised this
Quatrains.
code because he was living during the time of the Inquisition, when the very idea of
That man is
prophecy
just
was
squiggling.
forbidden and considered the work of the devil.
It looks like a scary kid knapsack.
Scholars deciphering
Oh
the
my God,
quatrains
it does.
claim they may warn of the rise of three
Mean
antichrists
kid knapsack.
and an apocalyptic final battle before the
Get
year
Ken on here.
2000. According to some
Do you have Ken's
researchers,
number?
the
Text Ken.
first Antichrist was a
I
commoner
don't.
who
I need
became
that number.
Emperor of France.
The first.
Translated, Nostradamus gives us an
Oh,
emperor
gotta put
will
on my
be
reading
born near
glasses like he
Italy.
hasn't been reading
He will be
without them
found
this
less
whole
a prince than
time.
a butcher. And Nostradamus gives him a name, Pau Ne Laurent, or Napalin Roi.
Napoleon.
Oh,
was
Napoleon!
one of 3 antichrists foreseen by Nostradamus.
Oh, that's an
Each
antichrist?
antichrist will
One of
take
the
us a
3
step
antichrists.
closer
That was
to
honestly
the
when
final
I.
battle of Armageddon. Nostradamus had named all 3 of these antichrists. He called Napoleon Napoleon Roy. It's an anagram, a wordplay on the name Apollyon, the angel of the abyss in the book of Revelations.
Hundreds of years further into the future,
I will say,
some believe
the
Nostradamus
scrying
saw
mirror.
the rise of a second Antichrist. In one translation, he wrote of this man, "From the deepest part of Western Europe, a child will be born to poor people, who by his speech will seduce a great multitude."
Oh, shit.
And again, the quatrains offer a name.
Adolf Hitler was Nostradamus'
Trump.
second
Oh
Antichrist.
no,
Right
The
sorry.
quatrains surrounding him are remarkable for one thing. Nostradamus uses the word hister not only as an obvious wordplay on Hitler's name,
If someone screenshotted
but
this, we'd be
hister was
fucked right
also
now.
the exact
Oh
ancient
man,
word for the
don't.
Danube
Why did
River,
you say that?
on the banks of which Hitler grew up. Nostradamus goes on to describe the crooked cross that would become the recognized symbol of Nazism.
Why?
Of course,
We
this
get
is
it.
legacy
They're bad.
that he killed
I
50
know.
million
I hate
people
them.
and injured about
Stop
a quarter
showing their
billion.
shit.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Oh my God.
in fact, Nostradamus
Trigger
describes
warning.
the
We
great ovens
listen. Sorry
of the
guys.
Holocaust.
This is.
From one translation of the
Oh,
quatrains,
why?
human death
I'm
through
sorry
flesh is
guys.
bound
Why
to
the fuck are they
ashes.
showing this shit?
Also, he may have foreseen
Oh,
a ghastly event that ended the
shit.
Second World War.
Oh, Jesus.
Near the harbors between two cities, there will happen
fucking
two
Oppenheimer.
scourges, the likes of which was never seen before. John Hogue continues his interpretation.
Oh, dear.
Nostradamus describes
His
exactly
interpretation.
what that scourge is.
That guy looks like he enjoys
Harbors of
watching that
Hiroshima
footage
and
too much.
Nagasaki. And the plague doctor of the 16th century describes a pestilence within. A
Oppenheimer
strange
tie-in
disease
episode.
that kills
Yes.
them. and kills
Pay
so
your
many
writers
people.
and actors,
This is
by the way,
radiation.
Disney and all you other
Actually,
bullshitters.
Nostradamus wrote quite a bit about the atomic bomb. In another quatrain, he referred to the explosion as a stone in the tree. The
Can I
stone
finish my
representing the
pie,
bomb,
Grandma?
and the tree representing our visualization of the mushroom cloud.
Jesus.
Atomic
I
radiation,
want to
the
eat my
bomb,
key lime pie without
electricity,
thinking
radio,
about existential
submarine
death
and air travel.
of everything.
All of these believed to have been foretold by a man alive in the 16th century.
Oh, I love
Strangely, much of Nostradamus' prophecy centers on our
That-
time, as if his vision of the 20th
That actor
century
looks like
was
he has
especially
the
clear.
air of a pit boss.
In one of his most vivid quatrains, he
Here we
may
go.
have prophesied the untimely death of an American president when he wrote,
Oh,
"The great
shit.
man will be struck down in the day by a thunderbolt."
The prophecies concerning the assassination
You didn't
of
know
John
what bullets
Kennedy
were.
are
Don't
among
show it.
Nostradamus' greatest. Virtually
Oh, they're gonna
every
show
word of
Jackie
the
O picking up the
quatrains
brains
ring
and
true.
everything.
The great man will be struck down in the day by a thunderbolt. From the roof, evil will fall on the great man.
Not only did Nostradamus appear to see JFK's
It was from the grassy
assassination,
knoll.
he is believed to have predicted a modern-day psychic would try to warn the doomed young president. This may have been prophet and psychic Gene Dixon.
What is happening?
Assassination was revealed to me as though it were a motion picture. Just 10 days before he was leaving for Texas, I said, I'm Gene Dixon. Go to the White House and warn the president that he must not go to Texas. If he
This
does,
is some
he will be
QAnon
assassinated.
shit.
And then
Good
I gave
Lord.
the name of the assassin, Oswald.
A reading of Nostradamus could also
By
have
the way,
reassured
Last
President
Podcast on the
Kennedy
Left does
with
a
his wish to see
great
an American on the moon. He will come to take
multi-part
himself to the
series
corner
on
of Luna. He will
on
be placed
that
on alien land.
on Kennedy,
Some
the
believe
assassination.
Nostradamus perceived that not all such exploration would be successful. 9 will be set apart from the human flock. Their fate will be sealed
Challenger.
at the moment of their departure. Dolores Cannon feels this refers
This
to the
honestly is like
Challenger disaster.
people are just like reading this shit and going,
Nostradamus actually
"It's
predicted
that."
the Challenger disaster, but he went even further. He predicted that this
What'd he
would be
say?
the turning point in NASA's career.
He didn't say that.
Nostradamus also
There's no way he
prophesied
said
what
that.
until recently would have been
This would be the turning
a
point
prediction
in
that has been interpreted
NASA's
as
career.
an alliance between the United States and the former Soviet Union.
Gorbachev.
He wrote, "The Great Wall in the East will fall. One day
Oh,
the great
stop showing the
powers will become
swastikas,
friends."
please.
Still, the peace that such an alliance implies may neither be long enough nor strong enough to ensure a peaceful world. No stranger to plagues, Nostradamus foresaw one unlike any other that would strike down much of the world in the last half of the last
what is
decade
this?
of the 20th century.
Those are bodies.
No, I know.
Nostradamus says that not only will two-thirds of the world be
I think
destroyed through this plague, he also says it will decimate the clergy of Mother Church.
But Nostradamus' unsettling visions for the 1990s only begin with a plague. He tells us that we will also witness the coming of the third Antichrist.
Oh.
The third and final
Oh,
Antichrist
this is what I'm excited about.
is called by an enigmatic name, Mabus, M-A-B-U-S.
The information we have about the third Antichrist is that he was born on February the 4th, 1962, in Israel.
She's
Jerusalem,
not usually
but he
like
is not
this.
a
So we
Jew.
just get the check.
He has been raised by an
Oh, wait.
uncle who has put together a group of rich backers. These are the people who will finance his career in the taking over the world and the coming of the Third World War. But he will not make his appearance known until about 1995.
According to some interpretations,
Which was next year at this time.
We will be plunged into a war of unspeakable horrors with atomic explosions, chemical warfare, biological warfare,
That's what he said.
laser warfare, weapons of
He said
war
laser?
that could possibly exist.
Laser
And this would climax to the point where the world would be starving to death, to the point that some countries would even turn to cannibalism.
But those who believe in these
Listen,
predictions
this is
say
the
that
last
even if
time
we're
I
able
take you
either
to
escape or
Dickie's
defeat
barbecue
the
pit,
third
Grandma.
Antichrist,
Okay?
we can do
For
neither
Christ's
with
sake.
nature.
Nostradamus predicted 3 quatrains dealing with disasters for the United States before the 1990s were
God,
over.
Ken Knapsack
It is
needs to
believed
fucking chill,
Nostradamus
man.
foresaw boiling volcanoes, blistering winds, furious hurricanes, devastating
Hurricanes.
Nostradamus speaks of a great shifting of the globe over either 2 sudden jolts in a 6-month period or a slow roll, which will devastate
Slow
and
roll.
undermine entire civilizations. I
None of
believe,
this happened.
personally, that he is speaking of May of 2000. simply because it is a time of the grand conjunction of planets.
Oh no!
Grand opposition of planets.
Little me,
which could
kneeling by my bed.
Please,
Please, God, I want to see Attack of the
create
Clones.
Such an earthquake in California.
Again, a warning for our time.
I wasn't prepared to come out
Nostradamus
with the
writes,
glasses.
In the year 1999 and 70,
That book doesn't say.
the great king
This
of
book
terror will
doesn't
come
say
from the
any of
sky.
this shit.
He will resurrect Genghis Khan before and after war rules.
The Cold War has seen
Look at him
America
deadpan into the
and
camera.
Russia become friends.
We got him dead to rights, guys.
This was predicted by Nostradamus.
Oh, it was.
It is a warning.
Yeah.
It is the final warning before Armageddon. Russia and America's friendship will be undermined by a Middle Eastern, North African source. This will precipitate.
Thank you, Brian, for getting in on my grandma bit. Thank you.
My interpretation of the famous 1999 quatrain is a little
here we go.
different than the accepted one. Nostradamus saw that at the height of the Third World War, there would be a lot of experimental weaponry being used.
Oh, shit.
And one of these was the horrible example of the cloning of armies or the creation of war machines by the manipulation of the chromosomes.
George Lucas
A
watched
person
this shit.
would be a murderer without it.
George Lucas watched this shit.
like,
That is
wow,
that is fucking Attack of the Clones.
What?
Nostradamus predicted Attack of the Clones. Nostradamus predicted Attack of the Clones.
Hold on.
Nostradamus predicted Attack of the Clones in his scrying mirror.
Chromosome prediction. God, I'm looking this up. Okay.
Eric says we need evil Joseph Scrimshaw.
Oh my God.
We got all of this. We got Adam and Eric coming in. A clone army.
I'm gonna rewind a little bit. I want to hear that bit over again because that is really funny. Oh my God. Let's see.
Oh, can we hear the rewind?
I don't want to go too far. Here we go.
Nasty
This
Nostradamus.
1999 quatrain is a little different than the accepted one.
1999 quatrain.
Nostradamus saw that at the height of the Third World War, there would be a lot of experimental weaponry being used. And one of these was the horrible example of the cloning of our creation of war machines by the manipulation of the chromosomes to create a person who would be a murderer without any morals.
It is my opinion, after 20 years,
They breed the souls out of them.
around the world studying prophecies, that we make prophecy work by being so predictable. We repeat the past in the future. It is also a shared vision of most prophets that there's not much to say about future history after the year 2000.
Damas?
Where
Jedi
did this
Master
power of
Nostradamus was
originate?
killed about
This
10 years
vision
ago.
into the future. Could it be divine? The answer may come from the mouths of children.
Oh, Jesus. No, I'm going to get freaked out. Anything with kids freaks me the fuck out. I couldn't tell you why.
Listen, the scrying mirror thing has me freaked out, but I can't talk about it yet because it's like,
For
it's
many who have
honestly, I will
claimed the
freak
power
you
of
the fuck out if I talk
Their
about it.
gift is not a matter of birthright. Instead,
Just don't
its
look
appearance
into
has been linked to
don't look
some
into a black mirror
life-altering event.
ever.
Here we go.
Fatima,
Oh, no.
Portugal, 1917.
No, they're not doing this.
3 children believe.
Okay, I don't know if you grew up Christian. You know about the Fatima, the visitation of Mary? Do you know about this? Oh, this is when Mary came and talked to 3 little girls from Fatima, and it became a very holy place. People still go there and see visions of Mary.
Okay.
It's pretty intense. As a Catholic kid growing up, it freaked me out because I was like,
I'm with Brian here. Stop thinking about children's mouths. Like,
No.
listen, you were on Man from Uncle, okay?
the
Like, come on.
the Fatima shit freaks me out, and like everyone's like, oh no, they had this crazy vision, and oh, this is about to get weird.
Would you be freaked out if Mary came to talk to you?
Well, hell yeah, because she like warns me about shit. And you know what's funny?
What?
she like warns them about stuff. Like you just wait. You wait and
By the way,
see.
Scotty, by the way, you're gonna want to you better sell your VHS players because they're gonna eat you.
But like
So,
the thing is, and I still go to this church. It's part of my job. And I do find it compelling. But like, oh no, I do find it compelling.
Bible.
I do find it compelling. Don't get me wrong. I do find I have some interest in some of this stuff, but like the way it's like depicted, both like from the Catholic faith and from like different faith.
Yeah,
these kids are like in like a trance state. It's very creepy, but like they'll paint it to make it seem really beautiful. But like the real recordings of like or like depictions of this event are a little bit creepier than you would realize. So
yeah.
This might be actually pretty fucking scary. Like this might freak you out. The imagery.
9-year-old Lucia, 7-year-old Francisco, and 6-year-old Jacinta
This is great. I don't need to sleep for work tomorrow anyway.
Trusted them with secret messages, prophecies. While many appear to have come true, one message is still
Some
outstanding.
light guitar.
A
I
secret
like that.
known only to Lucia, the 9-year-old girl, who today is a nun, and the Pope, John Paul II.
Good for
In
her.
1917, no one knew what awaited this sleepy little community. But the impact was so intense that more than 70 years later, it has become a haven for the hopeful. One of the many places in the world where believers claim to have seen a miracle. And one of the few places where the Catholic Church accepts that a miracle took place.
When an apparition is stated by the church to be worthy of belief, bishop or pope go to the shrine. This certainly is a very strong recommendation to the Catholic believer. It's not binding. You can still disagree if you want to, but that
Is this man about to sell me a used car?
Authorities in the church would not single it out in this way if they didn't think that it probably was true.
In the spring of 1917, Lucia, Francisco, and Jacinta claimed to have seen an angel that told them that soon they would be visited by the Virgin Mary.
It looks so like
When
they're
the
happy
children
like
first
that they saw the
reported this
angel.
to their parents, they were horrified because most really solid Catholics, even if they're not all that well educated, they know this does not happen every day. And that usually when somebody claims it, it's not true.
But the children were convinced, and they anxiously awaited the arrival of the beautiful woman who would become known to them as the Virgin Mary. Then on May the 13th, 1917, the angel's prophecy was reportedly
We have a holy day of
The
obligation
first
about
appearance
this
was where she had to
Really?
identify herself to them.
Very
and
serious.
As is often reported in apparitions of the Blessed Virgin, she was radiant, showing that it was a supernatural being.
According to the children, the Virgin Mary
terrifying.
appeared numerous times with messages of prophecy. As years passed, many of these predictions apparently came true. The children described what may be the rise of communism, with the genocide of millions,
Fuck
and the
that!
enslavement of nations.
Oh!
She's trying to talk to
In
you.
1917, these dire
They're here.
It wasn't until the children predicted a miracle that even the most skeptical of minds were made
That
true
was
to believe.
creepy as shit.
Got to get that
On
true
October
code
the
on that
13th,
prophecy.
1917, tens of thousands of people anxiously awaited the appointed day and hour.
Oh shit!
The children were there, and this huge crowd was pressing in, and the rain was pouring down. And all of a sudden, the rain stopped, and the clouds parted, and the sun appeared. And then the crowd saw the sun begin to move and to dance in the sky, as it was described.
That was
and
one
to
of them.
fall down
The sun would
almost
move
to the
this and
horizon.
fall and dance.
The crowd was in
Yeah.
absolute awe. There were many of the free thinkers from Spain and Portugal there who were very much against religion or anything of this nature, who immediately were convinced and fell on their knees and started repenting and asking for forgiveness.
Just
for
like
their
when
lack
Passion of the
belief.
Christ came out.
It was an awesome experience, and it did show to the world that something valid had been happening at Fatima.
Despite the so-called miracle of the sun, there were still many questions as to the validity of the children's story. It would take time, but eventually, even hardened disbelievers would come to rethink the events of 1917.
This is very important to follow what happens to the children or to anyone who sees or claims to have seen the Blessed Virgin Mary. One of the best proofs of whether
He
it was
can
really
hit.
she is
He
whether
can
their
hit.
lives are
He'll kill you.
fundamentally and forever changed. And
Here we go.
it certainly happened with the Fatima children.
Early on in the apparitions, the children were told that two of them would die and would go to heaven, and
Fucking
the other
Adam
one
are
would
in the
remain
same
for
page.
many years.
Why are you lighting him
Absolutely
like that?
happened, and it happened right away.
It's like
the
creepy.
children died.
This
of
lighting him
Look,
like
they
he's the
died.
horror movie villain.
which was
died?
going on.
It was such a
And,
glorious day.
This is hardly a thing that children could have
bring my light down
foreseen
here.
or would have created for themselves.
In the case of the third child,
Like I'm
Lucia,
telling
we
a
have
ghost story.
Overwhelming evidence. She desired nothing but the religious life from the time that this happened. She has been in the cloistered Carmelite house at Coimbra since 1948. This is the life that she wants, that she welcomes, a life of total devotion to God.
No pupils. Keep that in mind.
Oh yeah.
Or nothing
He
but
looks.
pupils.
Yeah, he looks. Adam, he looks like he's in an Evil Dead movie,
Lucia still lives in a convent.
like a Sam
With her
Raimi film.
remains the last message, or perhaps a final prophecy from Fatima. Whichever it is,
Fatima.
Lucia has only shared it with one other person, Pope John Paul II.
Oh shit!
Some speculate that their
It was about
shroud of
9/11.
silence covers some future catastrophe, but it's a secret that apparently will never be known.
Damn it!
But perhaps
Until
the
9/11.
essence of that secret can be found elsewhere.
Watch your head. Those lights are so low.
Spain. Another sleepy little town, another place to play host to reported
fuck's sake, is this
supernatural
another one?
events. The year was 1961, and the phenomena that happened here were eventually well recorded. But in the beginning, there was nothing but the words of worried children. 4 little girls, Conchita, Mary Louise, Jacinta, and Mary Cruz, were enjoying a day like any other. They had been stealing apples when a loud noise marked the beginning of a string of events
shouldn't
that would
steal.
reportedly last several years.
It was
Here
pretty
we go.
foggy. It looked like the fog became
Oh, it's
very
her?
bright, like a very, like white light. And I remember they hear a noise like a thunder. It was a big bump.
Oh.
They became very frightened.
Oh,
There
Jesus.
wasn't a cloud in the sky.
St. Michael's
And the
garbled
oldest
band.
girl,
What
Conchita,
did that say?
suddenly falls on her knees.
Oh shit!
Her head goes back. She's looking up toward the sky.
Oh,
Her
fuck.
complexion changes, and the other 3 girls, believing that she has become ill, get ready to run to call her mother. But they don't get very far because the exact same thing happens to them.
Oh shit!
And when they are normal again, they head in the direction of the village, and the people see
When they're
them
normal
approach, say,
again.
"What is it? What's happened? Why do you
Huh.
have such white faces, such strange looks?"
Why did they do that angle on her?
And
They're
all
so close to
together,
her
in
face.
one voice, they say,
we Be go. flattering.
The
Wait.
angel, the angel. We have seen the angel.
In Garabandal, as in Fatima,
They're
the
trying
children
to
were
make this
accused of
scary.
having
They're not
overactive
trying to
imaginations,
do this like
but
in
many
a,
were
oh,
still
we saw an
curious,
angel.
and when the news
They're
spread,
trying to
people
make it
swarmed
the
to the village to
angel,
await some
the
sign, a
angel,
sign that would give
mother.
credibility to the angel's
She
prediction
told me you
that
were
the Virgin
going to
Mary would soon appear to
die.
the girls. It didn't
First
take
girl
long.
got her period,
Soon,
the other
everyone
was
found themselves witness to the 4
That's
girls
what-
falling
it was
into
a
a state of mind that was
poltergeist.
known as
So it's a
ecstasy.
poltergeist, is what we got
Ecstasy.
there.
This is
They
some of the
experienced-
actual
listen.
footage that was recorded at the time.
Oh shit!
When the girls fell in ecstasy, it was always with a crash. Sometimes you could actually see their hair bouncing. The force of the crash.
She makes
was
my
so
nuts
tremendous.
itch, dude. My
And if they
nuts itch
happen
when I
to
look at that
crash on
lady's
rocks,
face. She makes my balls itch,
would
dog.
be an
I don't know, it freaks me out.
that their bones were
Holy
broken,
shit!
but they were never hurt. When they
Here we go.
got through with the ecstasy, they just stand up, brush the dirt off their knees.
People were shocked and mystified. Garabandal
It's just
became
I don't like
famous.
talking about
Crowds
children's
grew as the
ecstasy.
amazing
It
phenomenon
just
of
feels
began.
wrong.
Many
It
of
feels
these were
so
captured on
wrong.
film. This is Mary Louise, supposedly.
Don't capture it on film.
Remarkable
Here we
than
go.
Levitation are the reports that while one young child was in this state of ecstasy,
Levitation?
4
Oh,
men
shit.
could not move her. Eyewitnesses were convinced that something of great spiritual significance was happening to the children.
Oh Jesus!
There were many phenomena that
ecstasy.
took place
They
that
did
remain
ecstasy.
unexplained to this very day. The girls running backwards. This was
Oh.
common occurrence.
Oh,
regardless
shit, look
of
at
the
this.
day or the hour.
Oh
They
shit!
actually ran as though they had wings on their feet.
Then the medical community arrived, searching for a more scientific explanation.
There was a time when doctors would burn a matchstick in front of their eyes to see if they
Why?
would flicker their eyes and blink and wink. No,
They don't.
no
They
reaction.
blink.
They stuck pins in them. They
Oh.
flashed bright lights in their eyes.
Oh, so these are 1960s doctors.
bothered them.
Okay,
Nothing
right.
hurt them. And
Here, little girl, you want a cigarette?
Here is Conchita,
Little girl.
apparently in a state
If
of
they
ecstasy.
smoke the cigarette,
look, here we go.
Eyes as the source of bright light is being beamed directly at them.
Numerous spotlights are falling on Conchita's eyes, while the
Oh,
child
that's freaky as shit. I'm not gonna lie.
It is honestly scary.
Holy shit!
words the angel is communicating.
Oh my! Wait.
Over a period of 4 years, the girls experienced thousands of ecstasies, and during that time they predicted many things for many people. However, there were 2 nights when the girls predicted future events that would affect everyone. That night became known as the Night of Screams.
People began to follow them as usual.
Lovely.
They said, no, don't follow us. You can't come.
I'm hot. Is my AC
And when the
on?
girls got to the spot, they knew Our Lady was waiting for them, and they fell into ecstasy. They began screaming in the most terrifying way.
Oh,
what
shit!
they saw has not been described clearly, except
recreation.
at a certain time.
Recreation.
Not a single motor.
No, they're not saying
is going to
recreation.
operate throughout the
It
world.
did, yeah, it did. It's in the top. Recreation.
A terrible heat will come. And during this time of heat, people will look for water and they will not be able to find it. And they're going to attempt to kill one another in their desperation. The chastisement is more terrible than we can possibly imagine.
Oh my God, this is fucking
because it will
creepy.
come directly from the hand of God. The chastisement is conditional, and it depends on whether or not we comply with the message.
Welcome to your first
If we
Bombad
change
cast.
our ways in
Yeah,
life,
welcome.
and we really make an effort to repent and make our lives better.
Oh,
then
so
we
if
can
we
hold back
repent,
the chastisement.
then
We're good.
global warming
It's
will
been
go
more than
away.
20 years since the girls experienced ecstasy. Now that they are grown,
20.
they too
It's been more than
question
20
the
years
whole
now.
experience.
It really seems to me like happened to somebody else, so I don't know.
The only way this is real is if one of my students is like in the middle of prayer tomorrow. They're like,
I don't remember to think anything.
I'd freak my shit out.
The 4 now live in different
I
parts
predict
of the world.
Bombadcast
Their
will
time in Garabangal
will
has long
be
since
on the
passed,
air
but
for
the events
50
there are well
years.
known. According to
Here we go.
believers, the end they predicted may be near. During
Oh,
the Night of
shit.
Screams, a date was set, and this
Oh,
information
wait,
was
Why
given
the
to
Night of
girls.
Here we go.
Screams?
Here we go.
But they're not talking. Maybe they're unsure of what happened so long ago, but they have a date in their minds.
Damn it.
And are forbidden to release that information days before the final moment.
How many days? How many goddamn days?
The events at Garabangal
Are they
and
going to be
Fatima
dead?
are both decidedly religious in nature.
You gotta
Both
believe.
demonstrate ways in which prophecy can be received, and both warn of a dramatic upheaval looming in the future.
Oh, Boop's here.
But now we come to an even more
Boop.
famous visionary.
Oh.
A 20th century American, some called the Sleeping Prophet.
Oh, shit.
This sounds
20th century.
fucking terrifying.
This is gonna be awesome.
Honestly, this also sounds like it's gonna be really fucking hilarious.
This is the 90s. There's a prophet from the 90s.
Boom.
1900s.
Those who claim to be prophets often appear to have much in common. Childhood visions of beautiful women, the power to heal or project into the future. One man who claimed to hold these gifts was an American named Edgar Casey.
Oh, I've never heard
Oh
of this.
shit. I
You know
just
this?
heard him. I
Casey
heard
may
about
have
him
been
today on a
history's most
podcast.
accurate and most
I knew of him,
documented psychic.
but
in everyday life, he was a humble man.
he's from Kelly Hopkinsville, Scotty, where the
shit!
goblins happen.
Is he?
What to call it?
Oh, wow, that's
always
cool.
been a problem.
Mhm.
I
Here we
don't
go.
think that Edgar Casey himself would have chosen.
You said
the
cool, but you
title
meant
of
terrifying.
prophet.
No, that was awesome.
Carries so
That was my
much
favorite
sense
discussions.
of importance, and Edgar Casey was not a man to be self-important.
Dad considered his ability as a gift from God to help people, and that's what
There's
he
the
wanted
son.
to do.
There's the son.
Born
Edgar
in rural
Casey's son. It's
Kentucky
young
in
Casey.
1877, Edgar Casey began showing remarkable qualities.
Edgar Casey.
I hate when the
Casey was
VHS
young,
freaks
he
out.
had kind of an unusual ability. He told his mother that he communicated with his dead
Oh, that's my
And
man,
this was not
Robert
unusual at
Grant.
all.
Edgar Casey did have a boyhood vision. He was off playing in the woods. In
She's
a
got the
place that
Sigourney
was his
Weaver
own
from
Kinda hot.
private
Yeah.
place to get
Ghostbusters
away
hair.
and think about things.
She looks like she would be played if this was an
And
SNL
he
sketch.
heard a
She would be played
voice.
by Kristen Wiig.
This kid's
No,
Edgar
fuck
looked
no.
up into the sky
This
and
kid's
saw a
acting is like,
vision
all right,
of a
kid,
beautiful
don't act.
woman.
You know, be in the moment. He's like,
What is it you'd most like to do with your life?
here we go.
I don't know. Help people? I want to help people.
Gee Willikers.
That decision on Edgar Casey's part as a young boy really set a tone for his life.
She is
It
attractive.
was shortly after that he was having a very difficult time with his spelling lessons.
He wasn't a very good student, and my grandfather, his father, was calling out his spelling words one time, and he couldn't spell them very well.
A-B-L-I-N?
Is he playing his
Wrong.
grandfather?
Try again.
No.
Yeah.
Cabin.
This boy's a fucking moron.
Cabin.
C-A-B-B-A-N.
Wrong.
Listen,
Do
Scotty,
it again.
a lot of
One way or
people
another, you're gonna get
were
through this tonight.
illiterate like you back
He
then.
heard a voice, and it was the voice
Yeah.
of the same woman who had
Sorry.
appeared
I'm
to him
sorry.
in the
That was
woods.
mean.
Here we go.
Edgar,
Boop.
Edgar.
Sleep.
Edgar.
and we
Sleep.
shall help you.
Sleep and we shall help you.
And he lay down with his head on his spelling book.
They're the goblins.
Here we go.
Wake up.
Wake up, fucking moron.
Let's try one more
Oh.
time.
Spell cabin.
Spell cabin.
The thing we fucking live in.
I-N. The word after that is D-R-A-G-O-N-F-L-Y. Dragonfly.
Dragonfly.
And pseudonym. P-S-E-U-D-O-N-Y-M.
Oh shit, he knew
That
pseudonym.
word's on page 48.
Oh, he did sleep. That is how you learn.
Every page of the book now.
Years passed. Young Edgar Casey married
My
his childhood sweetheart,
my
Gertrude
sky
Evans,
mama
and
help
settled
me.
down to raise a family. But in 1901, his mysterious gift would come back to haunt him.
He lost his voice for a year and a half, and he'd been examined by doctors, specialists.
At that time, hypnosis was a kind of new fad.
They look like
And
Alan
someone
Jackson.
suggested, well, why don't you try hypnosis? You've tried everything else.
Put in a deep hypnotic trance, Casey restored his voice in what witnesses report to be an astonishing cure. In the years to come, he would again call upon this strange healing power to apparently restore his young son's eyesight and save his wife from near fatal
Not
tuberculosis.
Adam and Boop
That
are
was
on
the
the same, like,
confirmation
no
he
hypnosis.
needed,
No.
in order to go about the
Nope.
work of helping
Don't do
other
it.
people. My wife got well. My son got well. How can I possibly turn anybody else away who comes to see me?
As word spread of his power, a number of doctors began secretly writing to him for help with their most baffling cases. As a child, Edgar
Opium.
Casey had said that he wanted to help people. At last, he had found his calling.
When Edgar Casey would give a reading, he would go into a small study with his wife.
This has never been played.
Gertrude, and his
This feature
secretary.
has
The way,
never been
the
played.
way you freak out. It is
He
from
would go into
1994. The
a sleep
tape is
state.
about to
When
break.
his eyelids began to flutter.
It has
Then his
been
wife Gertrude
sitting
would
in
breathe
the
a suggestive
swamp
Oh, shit.
air.
person
Oh, how's he
receiving
doing
the
this?
reading.
You have before you the body of Laura Blythe, who was in Chicago at 2450 Lincoln Avenue. You will go over this body carefully and tell me the conditions
yeah.
you find.
Oh,
There
sorry.
would be a pause. And it was as if during this time, Casey was literally going to the person's address to where they lived, even though it may have been hundreds of miles
So-
away.
We are
So he
on
was
State Street,
astral travel. He was
past Wacker.
astral traveling.
Now we are on
Astral
Lincoln
projection.
Avenue,
Astral projecting.
2-story house.
Eric, wet dream.
The kitchen. Something is burning. We are in an attic. Nice red pajamas. Now we have the body.
He would go through every major system of the body and
That's fucking
identify
terrifying.
where the
Now
problems lie.
we have the
We are
body.
inside, through the nerves, into the arteries, the heart, the lungs,
That's
the liver.
clearly this man was over directed.
We have infection in a leg.
Oh,
Laura has a bad sore on her
didn't want to
leg
get that checked
that is
out.
terribly festered. She has a fever is now bedridden. The doctors want to amputate.
Yes, they are in pain. Thy lesion is from the bite of a tiny brown spider 4 months ago while sleeping.
What is the treatment for cure and relief of this body?
Apply oil of smoke for 2 weeks. Will save our leg.
Brian.
Bancroft Pharmacy,
What did Brian say?
Chicago.
Now he's taking off her pajamas. She has
right
not
side.
waken up.
Oil of smoke. No oil of smoke. I'm afraid
No, man. He's full of shit.
patent medicine. Company went bust about 1915. Yeah.
So they did a so-called check reading where they would ask again about
Oh,
a situation.
shit.
And the response, in essence, was, yes, they do too have it. It's behind
It's
the blue
always
bottle.
at the worst times.
And the response came,
Check
we found it where
reading.
you said it was. It's on the way.
It's on the word old smoke.
Not everyone was pleased with Casey's methods. Several doctors inside the medical establishment set out to prove him a fraud.
One of them said that they would prove that Edgar Casey was not in a trance, so they took a needle and they poked it through his cheek and took a scalpel and literally tore off his small fingernail.
Oh!
No response again from Casey. Casey woke up in
Again,
absolute
doctors
agony
of
and
a
vowed
certain
that he would
time.
never again
What the fuck are you
try to
doing?
prove anything to any professionals again. That was his first and last public demonstration of his psychic ability.
Yeah, because he got
Written
stabbed
offers,
through the
lost
cheek
causes
and
by
they
medical
took off
science.
his
Many
fucking
patients
fingernail.
turned to Casey as their last hope.
There was a health reading that Casey gave for a
Honestly,
woman
this guy is a G.
who was told that she was
Yeah,
clinically
Boop, I
insane.
wonder
She was
why
in an
he
institution.
stopped.
In the reading, Casey said an impacted wisdom tooth
Here we go.
was impinging the nerves that were governing the brain's activity.
Now hold on.
They
This is
literally
one
sent
person
a
he's
dentist
predicting.
into the institution.
Oh!
The tooth. Of course, the attending physician said it's not going to make a
All
bit
right,
of
hold
difference.
on, I
Within
got,
several days,
I
she
got it
walked
right
out. She was
there.
perfectly fine. After he had
Just got
diagnosed
Wedger in there. We're
the
good.
patient, he said, "We are through for the present." That meant for his wife, who was conducting the reading, to give him the suggestion to wake up.
We no longer have the body. We are through for the present.
We have the meats.
Now, perfectly relaxed. Your body healthy. Wake up.
Casey never remembered what had been said during a reading.
Did we get it?
Maybe, but something's very clear. After inflammation of the spleen, pancreatitis, the reading just broke off and away.
The reading had been mysteriously cut short. Days later, they would find out why. In a distant city, Casey's
Did we
brain
get
That was
it?
too
had
comedic.
died midway through the
Pause,
reading.
pause, please.
Did we get it?
The comedic time in between. We have the body. Nice red pajamas. 2. Did we get it?
I can't breathe. We have the body. Did we get it?
Why are my pants on backwards? Why are my pants on backwards? That's how he would say if he was asleep. He'd say, "Why are my pants on backwards?"
Backwards.
Wu-Pang on wrong tooth. Big Montana beef and cheddar horsey sauce.
I'm gonna click play. Oh, good God.
Do it.
I'm gonna rewind you a little bit.
My if I have abs, they hurt.
After he had diagnosed
Here we go.
the patient, he said, "We are through for the present." That meant for his wife, who was conducting the reading, to give him the suggestion to wake up.
We no longer have the body. We are through for the present.
Now, perfectly relaxed. Your body healthy. Wake up.
Casey never remembered what had been said during a reading.
Did we get it?
Maybe, but something's very clear. After inflammation of the spleen,
That has to be. We have to make that a Bombad clip. We have to make that a clip.
The reading had been mysteriously cut short. Days later, they would find out why.
Holy fucking shit.
In a distant city, Casey's gravely ill patient had died midway
Curly.
Oh, she died! Or he died. They died.
That's she. She died. They died.
See your tits. That's the line. I'm sorry.
That's why they. If it was a boy, they'd pull it down. Because it's the 90s.
But awake, he was often a prisoner of his power.
This guy's gonna haunt
Casey
my
was
fucking
very
dreams tonight.
psychic in the unconscious state, and I think it was more of a burden than anything
I like
else.
that he's got the big
wouldn't play
T at
cards.
the end of his
I mean, he
name.
would play
Robert
games,
Grant.
but he tried not to play. He
I'm
said it was too
Robert
easy for him to
Grant.
read the hand.
First
I
up
have
will
a
be
mullet.
the 3 of clubs.
Oh, here we go.
Then the ace of spades. The 4 of hearts.
I
Queen
love
of
his
diamonds.
the 4 hearts.
You couldn't get away with anything. You couldn't lie to him.
I'm gonna be drunk
He knew
later
what
this
you'd
year.
done. And,
Damn
pretty
it.
soon I didn't try.
I love because
Not
he
only
does.
was
He's
Casey
from
known as a mind
Kelly
reader,
Hopkinsville,
it was reported
Kentucky.
he could also see a
So he's got the
person's
southern
life
accent,
force,
but I love when
an
he's in
aura
his
of light
trance in
surrounding
here.
the
Ooh.
living.
He can see
Have
auras.
any idea what that wretched Fitzgerald woman across the street just said to me?
Did you take
I
a
see a
shower
red
today?
aura all around you.
See?
Please come back when you're not
You've
quite
got
so
stink
angry.
lines.
His ability to see auras at one time saved his life. He was in a department store in New York City. He was about to step into an elevator. He always saw these color patterns surrounding the bodies of people around him. It was a natural thing for him.
As Casey recounted this story,
That's just
he
Wait,
was a
hold
man
on.
hovering between the world of the living and the dead.
Well, when these elevator doors parted, he noticed that there were not the particular color patterns surrounding these people.
Going down.
He instantly knew he wasn't going to get on the elevator.
It's like, y'all go
The
die.
elevator snapped, and
Here
all
we
of
go.
the people that were in the elevator were subsequently killed.
Right there.
Trance
Just right there.
Casey began reporting snapshots of the future.
That's what
They
the
were
kids
a
call a
byproduct,
vibe check,
side
baby.
remarks made
Woo!
unconsciously during his medical readings, but they were prophecy nonetheless.
That reminds me of that.
Boop, boop, going down indeed.
There will be a panic in the money
Did we get it?
centers.
Listen, here.
Not only Wall Street, but a closing of the boards in many other centers.
Prophecy of the 1929
Many
stock market
crash
other
slipped out during a
centers.
routine reading months before the market collapsed. Casey made hundreds
Why didn't
more
he tell
prophecies,
anybody?
all documented, then filed away.
Listen, he couldn't just get on Twitter, okay?
As well as the social.
I'm gonna
and
be
racial upheavals
Nostradamus.
that would
Fuck
rip the
these
United
people.
States in
I'm gonna be the
mid-century.
next Nostradamus.
That
He
should be
also
our new
foresaw the
gig, is
discovery
just
of
doing
laser light
readings
and
and
blood
shit.
tests in medicine, the unearthing of the Dead Sea Scrolls, and the fall of communism in Russia.
Honestly, I will sleep
The
and you
hope
ask me
of the
questions.
world, not as that sometimes termed of the communistic. No. But freedom.
But where did Casey's information come from?
Well, I
Author
don't know.
Lynn Sparrow has a theory.
He was able to tap the so-called universal mind. He was able to tap that level of awareness where all of us are linked together. All that has ever happened on this planet has left an impression. And Edgar
The
Casey
collective
was able to
the collective
tune into
conscious.
that like a good radio receiver picks up a radio wave.
The earth will be broken up in the western portion of America. The greater portion of Japan must go into the sea.
Many of the premonitions Casey supposedly received involved cataclysmic Earth changes at the end of this century, including polar shifts that would reverse the Earth's magnetic field.
There will be a
Y2K
shifting
is
of
it,
the
man.
poles
This is, I can't wait.
so
They
that
gotta
what
get into
has
it.
been a frigid land will become the more tropical.
There were readings that pointed to change that would be
Global
big
warming?
enough so that the Great Lakes emptied directly into the Gulf of Mexico.
The greater portion of Japan must go
The
into
Great
the
Lakes emptied to the
Sea
Gulf
coast
of Mexico? Did we fold the
What
United
is the
States?
coastline now of many a land will be the bed of the ocean.
Casey gave some predictions
Terrifying.
that are
Global
And
warming?
also
pretty
global
grim,
warming. Global
Yeah.
warming.
that are somewhat
Not in
frightening.
2000 though.
He did
We still
talk
don't. No one
about the
fucking believes
destruction
it,
of,
so we're screwed.
New York and
So I need more wine.
the western portion of America.
Los Angeles, San Francisco.
Here we go.
All of these will be among those that will be destroyed before New York even.
January the 3rd, 1945, Edgar Casey died. But his prophecies live on.
They
I'm
used to
gonna go ahead
bring
and
the
read.
mail in trucks, and the telephone would ring until he had to get an unlisted number. He would get telegrams, and people would just begging him for readings. They would say, "My wife's dying, my daughter's dying, nobody can help her. You've got to help me. What can you do, please?" You know, it was just a tremendous pressure. I guess people are going to remember him different
Cucamonga.
ways. I remember him, as, of course, as a father and a really remarkable person. And I think he really tried to help people during his lifetime, and I think he succeeded.
I want to read a couple of things here. Chattahoochee, hotter than a
Edgar
hoochie
Casey's
hoochie coochie.
14,000 readings, archived at the Association of Research and Enlightenment Library in Virginia Beach, Virginia, are still the subject
The
of
Flash
study
is
by
going to
scholars
be
and
a huge hit for Warner Brothers
Casey's
and
gift
DC
demonstrated that
Films.
seeing into the future was not a skill to be learned.
Here we go.
Prophets aren't taught.
Here we go.
They're seemingly chosen.
Oh, shit. This is so 90s. Good
Intrigued. Color me intrigued. Did we get it?
Here we go.
That miniature
The
is
gift
just so
of prophecy appears in
so
all
great.
cultures, from ancient Egyptians to Native Americans. And
This is
sometimes
pre
this prophecy is
bad
transmitted
computer
purportedly
graphics
through
pyramids.
another person, an emissary, if you like.
Oh.
One such person was a Native American woman by the name of Mary Summer Rain, who claims to
This
have
might
received
end up being
prophecies from
Native
an
American
Indian
shit
seer
freaks me
by
this
the
freaks
name
me out, man.
No
well, and I mean a lot
No
of
eyes?
it too.
Is that what he said?
A lot of what did he say?
Eyes.
Through a mystical vision, Mary believes she was.
Sorry. What I was gonna say is this could end up being offensive because again, white people get Native American shit wrong all the time.
They're seemingly
especially in the 90s, like burial mounds and shit like that, like hauntings. It's kind of offensive to be like, oh, it's an ancient Indian burial ground.
Yeah. They have one of the oldest burial mounds in the United States in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, not that I don't believe in ghosts. It's just like we can't keep blaming it on an Indian ghost.
Appears
Like,
in
come
all
on,
cultures.
fuck's
Here we
sake.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
On
Egyptians to
on
Native
We gotta listen. We
Americans.
gotta listen.
And sometimes this prophecy is transmitted purportedly through another person, an emissary, if you like.
Emerson.
One such person was a Native American woman by the name of Mary Summer Rain, who claims to have received prophecies from an Indian seer by the name of No Eyes.
In Indian seer by the name of No Eyes. It doesn't mean he
Through a
has
mystical
no
vision,
eyes.
Mary believes she was chosen, not as a prophet, but rather as a messenger
night,
of
Boop.
prophetic warnings.
Good night, Boop.
And she was given a name, Summer Rain, by her mentor and guide, an 80-year-old
Honestly, that's
Chippewa
very lovely.
woman. This was the woman known as No Eyes.
No Eyes learned to see into the future and to forecast what was going to happen.
Oh, I'm so excited.
No Eyes was the greatest visionary of our time.
Recreation.
As a young woman, Mary was living with her husband in suburban Michigan when she had a prophetic dream that signaled her future.
I had a dream that No Eyes appeared at the end of my bed, and she had a message for me.
Does she have eyes?
Not who you think you are. You Summer Rain. Soon you move west.
When I woke up, I didn't know if it was really a dream or if she had really said that. I talked it over with my husband, Bill. We had no idea what Summer Rain meant, but we did have plans to move west. In
She's nice.
1977, we did move to Colorado.
97.
While in Colorado, Mary pursued her lifelong ambition of becoming a novelist. But after
did this come out in
hundreds of
94?
letters of rejection, she began to give up hope.
Yeah.
When I got my last
It says
rejection
broadcast
back,
at
I was
94.
very depressed. So I took our pickup and started driving out.
Maybe
into
that's
the
like that's our
woods.
plan.
I
In
didn't know where I
'97, we're
was
gonna
going.
leave.
And when I found a spot that I really liked, I stopped and got out. I walked over to a log and I cried my eyes out. Suddenly I had the chills go up my back, and I looked up and there was an old woman standing in the pines.
Summer Rain, you come.
My God, it's you.
You can imagine how spooky that was for me. She led me up to her cabin, and from then on, she became
How do you
my
spell
mentor and
cabin,
friend for
though?
2 years.
Some are going to hear about signs and sounds.
She taught me all the old ways. She taught me true spirituality. Eventually, it got into more complicated lessons of how to do visions, how to see into the future. Noise had many ways of receiving visions. She would toss 7 natural ingredients one by one into a fire. When she was done, images would appear in the rising smoke.
No eyes
So it's
saw the
just
future
like
in the form
Poltergeist
of a
2.
great phoenix, a bird that would rise from Mother Earth amidst terrible
Just
devastation.
like it.
When Great Phoenix come
Literally.
out of Earth Mother, her skin gonna tear bad.
You mean earthquakes?
Great storms come. They cover all towns. Summer and winter all mix.
Hold on. Edgar Casey.
Floods,
Golden
earthquakes,
Corral.
Mother Earth rising in revolt.
Wednesday is the
But the
best
great phoenix
buffet.
also warned No Eyes of upheaval caused by man.
I'm gonna do Edgar Casey from now on.
Bodies hit the ground and hear people's moan in great sickness.
Why?
Countries gonna be angry with each other. New countries gonna make nuclear bombs too.
What the
No, Eyes,
shit?
what is the Phoenix doing now?
He cry in great wail for people's future.
And she's gone.
Mary Summer Rain believes that when No Eyes died, she left her with a very important mission.
No Eyes made me promise to write of our times together so that her wisdom and her message would not end with her.
If y'all see No Eyes tonight, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I'm gonna have a bad dream. about No
She
Eyes.
has eyes.
Summer Rain,
She has
through the
eyes. She's
teachings
very
of No
nice,
Eyes,
frankly.
foretells of a series of cataclysmic natural disasters.
God,
to
I want them to
befall
get to
the Earth.
Y2K.
Others
She's
share
a
the
lot
same
nicer
vision.
than the old
Among them, a
lady
man
who
from the
keeps talking
northeast
about
corner of
nuclear
America
Armageddon.
by the name of Gordon Michael Scallion.
Gordon Michael
Scallion
Scallion
claims that he sees a time when all
Scallion.
life may perish.
That sounds rather British,
All
doesn't
life.
it?
All life. Here we go.
In 98 to 2001, the Earth becomes very quiet.
Okay, here we go.
The animals are quiet. Then a wind picked up from the east. It
Oh,
was
God.
hurricane velocity. I then watched the sun reverse its direction in the sky. The
Well, that's not good.
oceans themselves buckled and land masses were thrust up.
Okay.
Can't even begin to tell you how many sleepless nights I've
That's a
had.
no-go.
Nights where I've just
This guy.
emotionally just totally lost it.
What's his name again?
Scallion claims to live with a nightmare.
Scallion.
Visions
Scallion.
of cataclysmic earth changes that could wreak disaster by the year 2000. Gordon Michael Scallion didn't ask to become a prophet.
Climate
In
change.
1979,
Here we
the
go.
gift of prophecy apparently chose him.
Prior to 1979, I had absolutely
Gordon
no
Michael Scallion is a
belief
fucking great
system
name.
in the field
He's a
of the
futurist.
paranormal. My background was more scientific, more electronic.
Recreation.
I was a
look.
communications consultant.
Whoa!
Spent
You
life
can
one day.
see the
Field
see the
operations,
fake.
corporate headquarters, and management oversight. Thirdly, wideband ground.
Are you
Oh,
alright?
shit. Oh,
Looks
shit.
like he's choking.
Oh,
It
shit.
was like someone went in and removed my larynx. And the people I was with that day thought I was having a
A
stroke.
ghoul. A ghoul.
That placed me into the hospital. for observation to see what was wrong.
Yeah.
And that night, while in the hospital, a vision appeared.
That's like Nadine Cricks.
The vision was a vision of a woman who seemed to float into the room and gave me some instructions, told me to write down what she was going to tell me. And I did. And what she told me was the beginning of prophecy as I've come to know them.
Oh, here we go.
The next morning, Scallion says his voice mysteriously returned.
Good morning, Mr. Scallion. How are we feeling?
Better, thanks.
This says you can't speak.
I guess I'm okay. Wait a minute. There's something wrong with my eyes. It's like a weird glow or something.
Scallion was unaware he had just seen what he now believes to be his first aura.
I said, God, there's still something wrong with me. You better check my eyes now.
Okay, Mr. Scallion, put your chin right in there.
Adam,
And they gave me an eye exam there, and they said there's nothing wrong with your vision. And I began to do some conventional therapies, psychologists, psychiatrists, MDs, and that continued. And as I worked more with these people, more would occur. And I decided that if I stopped working with these people, it would all go away. And it did for about a month. One of the things that happened immediately thereafter is my vision became very distorted. When I looked at things, I no longer saw things in the normal color patterns, but I saw
look at this.
images around people and animals and trees.
Stop looking at the little girl.
Word spread of Scallion's strange powers.
Mustache.
Not only could he supposedly read auras, but allegedly he could look inside the body and detect disease.
Oh my God, Gordon.
Soon
Michael
the sick
Scallion.
and desperate began showing up at his door.
Oh, Jesus.
Gordon Michael Scallion?
Look at this boy.
I'm sorry to disturb you like
Gordon
this.
Michael Scallion.
This is Chris, and I'm his mom.
I'm sorry.
Please.
He hasn't
Doctors
slept
don't know
in
what's wrong with him.
in 2 weeks.
I've heard that you're able to see inside.
Stop.
Gordon Michael Scallion.
I can't do it. You don't understand. I'm not a doctor. I can't help.
Gordon Michael Scallion.
Muscle's okay.
Oh!
Weakness is not from disease.
Oh,
that's why they don't know what
shit.
it is. He's been poisoned. Heavy metals 2 years ago.
It's his butthole.
The burning in his
The
rectum.
world of science and logic had vanished, thrusting Gordon Michael Scallion into a foreign land, a land of auras and visions. Visions which took him
Gordon
into
Michael
deep
Scallion's
trances.
a made-up name,
In
right?
these unconscious states, Scallion began talking, sometimes babbling about geological disasters.
Oh,
When he
shit.
awoke, he remembered nothing, but he was always filled with a sense of impending doom.
Oh, no. Gordon Michael Scallion.
When his wife, Cynthia Keyes, first witnessed her husband's deep trances, she didn't know what was happening.
God, I need to do this
But
shit.
by recording his unconscious states, it was soon discovered he was
Ooh.
predicting future geological events.
Is there a recording of it? Let's see. That'd freak me out.
When he did go into a deep trance,
Here we go.
his body would manifest changes. His body would go into almost a slump, and then he would sit straight up and begin to speak.
Gordon Michael
7.4.
Hold on.
Early February
Wait
1998.
Wait a minute.
Southern California.
Okay, so in Norm Macdonald's audiobook, this is so funny. In Norm Macdonald's audiobook, he did like a fake, like pretty much biography about himself. It's really funny. It's like completely absurd. He talked about his friend Adam Egan that would predict sports bets, and he would do the same exact shit. He would slump down and go, "The Patriots are going to win 32-27 against the Saints," and like that. The fact that they just did that is absolutely phenomenal. This is amazing. This is the best thing we've ever done.
It's honestly is fucking great. As many of these things as we can find. If anyone finds something like this and you want to send us a video for us to watch, do it.
We will buy it.
Or let us
His body
know.
would go into almost a slump, and then he would sit straight up and
Here we
begin
go.
to speak.
Richter 7.4. Early February 1998. Southern California. A fault running east to west near Riverside. A forerunner of 8.1 Richter on San Andreas, upward plate, thrust.
I'm gonna split this San
I used to
Andreas
have to literally go and take a nap after I have one of these visions of 3 to 4 hours. And then there were times where I was in bed for 2 or 3 days. And that was a common thing throughout the 80s. Now, what seems to
Throughout the
happen
80s.
is that when I'm at my word processor, I receive these visions.
Shit.
Scallion claims his visions are all of cataclysmic disasters.
I spilled my wine.
Simultaneous tornadoes,
I spilled my wine
earthquakes,
on my white
hurricanes,
shirt.
and volcanic eruptions, all exploding across our planet in the years leading up to the millennium.
The disasters that I see occur in a sequence.
It's always the millennium.
And I'm given the warning signs of what the sequence would be.
Always.
The kind of details that I see are the actual collapsing of the buildings, the people running in panic, the actual people, watching the water actually come in and covering communities. I see cargo planes coming in with Red Cross symbols on the side.
If even a percentage of his visions came to pass, Scallion decided he could still help save lives. In 1991, he began publishing his prophecies of future disasters in the Earth Changes Report.
Oh, this is gonna be
The
good.
newsletter is a way of communicating with the public some of the prophecies that Gordon sees for the future
Earth
in the
Changes
United
Report.
States and the rest of the world.
When Hurricane Andrew occurred, a year ahead of time, I warned about it.
That happened
And
in
then
Louisiana.
Even a month before, I knew the direction it would come, the wind velocity, where it would land, and I warned as many people as I could. Since 91, when I began publishing the Earth Changes Report, the predictions that were significant were that first that LA would have earthquakes on April of 92, followed by the June 28th Landers earthquake, the floods in the Midwest and the Mississippi, the eruptions of Mount Pinatubo.
Scallion and his wife transformed their home into the Matrix Institute,
Gordon
a 24-hour
Michael
hotline
Scott.
access to Scallion's prophecies occurring or predicted to occur within any given month.
I created a map of the future United States. This
here we
was
go.
a map that was a consolidation of the visions that
Louisiana
I was receiving,
gone.
and it represented what
Oh my God.
the United States would look like between 1998 and 2001. So the new West Coast will be in the area of Nebraska, down through Boulder and Denver, through this area is the new West Coast.
That's not optimistic.
And California has become a series of islands. Here, the Mississippi has expanded. The Great Lakes have merged. Good portions
Louisiana
of New Jersey
is
go underwater.
gone.
Some of the changes occur abruptly. Some of the changes give us warning
Listen,
signs.
is Michigan there?
The worst places is wherever you are when something like this explodes.
Let's say just come up here, you know.
What he once considered a burden, Scallion now calls a gift in disguise. Gordon Michael Scallion believes his prophecies will help mankind prepare for the future.
Gordon Michael
This prophecy is
Scallion.
given
That's the
predominantly
most
for two reasons.
ridiculous,
One
like,
is it's given
name is
to help us
absurd.
prepare for what is going to happen, or it helps us to change what the outcome would be. And so the loss of life could be significant unless we heed the warnings.
Gordon Michael Scallion warned us.
You
y'all.
know, the Rockies, Brian, are just a series of archipelagos now. Yes.
Here we go. I think we're wrapping up soon.
Warning signs abound. A chorus
didn't
of
see you
prophetic
there.
voices have predicted worldwide upheaval in the near future. But a few have taken action to ensure their survival.
Oh shit! Here we go. Look at helicopter shot.
Paradise Valley, Montana, Big Sky
Very nice.
country, land of cattle ranches in Yellowstone National Park, and home to 3,000 people prepared for global apocalypse. For the members of Church Universal and Triumphant, Royal Teton Ranch, Montana, is a physical and spiritual home. There
Oh
they
shit!
practice
A
their
cult.
New Age Christian faith
Dude,
and
say
find guidance
preppers.
from the
It's
outside
a
world.
cult.
It's a
The
cult.
church is led by Elizabeth
Did
Clare
they get
Prophet,
taken out by the
teacher,
ATF?
author, and to her followers, divine messenger.
Elizabeth
Her
what?
gift of prophecy foretells a dark future.
It's a period of intensification in all of our lives. We see this in disturbances in the
Elizabeth
elements.
what?
The upheavals of
name.
tornado,
Elizabeth
of flood,
Claire
tremendous
Prophet.
storms, the Mississippi, the Missouri, sudden deaths. We see it in the last plagues. We see it in cancer and AIDS, in all kinds of incurable
This bitch
diseases.
died in 2009. This old fucking raggedy bitch died.
To
She didn't
survive.
even fucking.
Church members have
Fuck
followed
it.
Mrs. Prophet's injunction to
I don't
construct
care.
dozens of bomb shelters beneath
It ain't
the
my
rolling
problem.
countryside.
It ain't my
Bam!
Y'all
The
are
main
fucked.
shelter
Oh, y'all are
complex
fucked.
is the largest
Dumb
and most
bitch.
complete fallout shelter in this country. They have everything in there that they feel they need to reestablish themselves on the earth
Dumbasses.
after a major apocalypse has destroyed everything.
She died when I was in 7th grade.
The bunkers range from family size to a massive structure designed to house 600 staff members. Each is stocked with a 7-year supply of food.
This is reminding me
They're
again of
equipped with
Righteous
everything from
Gemstones.
water wells and septic systems.
This
to
season was
short
about
and children's
a.
games.
You must be
here we go
prepared
again.
for whatever kind of cataclysm or whatever
Oh,
kind of difficulty
no.
could arise in which all of a sudden you may
Fred
find
Morsel?
that you don't have
No.
access to stores, so you can't get food. You don't have access to water. And we all need water and food to live
They
on.
always find like an
If there's
old
ever a
black guy.
disruption of the
You know what I
civil
mean?
order,
They're always
you know,
like,
trucking breaks
this will
down, shipping
convince
breaks
them.
down,
Look at
a
an
lot
old
of people are
black
just
guy.
simply not going to have food.
Just.
In recent years, Mrs. Prophet claims to have foretold the rise and
No,
fall of George
Eric,
Bush
they didn't even
and
believe
the
a woman could.
1987
They
stock
don't
market
believe women
crash.
could do it.
I awakened at 3 and 4 in the
this
morning on the
time.
day that the stock market fell and ultimately fell 500 points.
That would freak all these
I
people
saw
out
all
in
that ahead of
1999.
time. Let there be a place where children are yet carefree.
What
and
a
let
dumb
that
bitch.
place be called the Royal Teton Ranch.
I feel
Teton
very
Ranch!
strongly that Elizabeth Claire Prophet is an authentic spiritual leader.
What a
The people I've
dumbass.
met in Church Universal and Triumphant were either
If she's
very,
such a great spiritual leader, then why do you have that
to
haircut?
begin with, or else they have been in some manner transformed by following.
This man,
those
he looks like he's
teachings
wearing
of
Lego
their
hair. He has
The
a
church
Lego
is a
head.
highly diverse community with a shared belief in self-reliance. It produces and processes much of its own food.
Oh,
it runs its
my-
own school system.
It's a
And the
cult.
favored entertainment
No,
comes
it's
from
true.
a
It's
musical
not
group
all scary.
comprised
It
entirely of
ain't
church
all crazy
members.
white people, but
The
it's mostly crazy
Paradise
white people.
Players.
Like a majority.
Oh,
a
no.
solid majority.
A token black
The
guy.
community also believes in self-preservation.
Shut, Scotty.
And that
I mean,
means
that's what they're
preparing
doing
for
here.
the worst.
Yeah,
We take
for
a
real.
lot of care to make sure that we have hospitalization insurance, fire insurance,
Lee Gregory.
accident, theft,
Whatever
and all
happened
these
to
other
Lee
things.
Gregory?
And yet, when we look at the planet as a whole,
I hope all of
if
these
you
people
really
are in a
look
healthy
around, you'll
place
see
now.
that there's war
Like, I
all over the
hope.
place.
People have been schooled to think that if someone ever pushes the button, it's all over. I think that
God,
if
I'm
there's
sending you a
nuclear war or
stylist.
somebody, if there's a rogue launch or something like that, obviously people are going to get killed. The problem that I see is that many more people will lose their lives than is necessary, and that to me,
Oh my
that's a big
God, what's
tragedy.
he?
Moses told us
Why
to
is
choose life,
Jared's
not death.
brother on
I
here?
cannot
He's
choose to
talking
allow
about the
myself to
hair
die, but
guy,
I
the
know how to
Lego
protect
hair
myself
guy.
and my family from dying. So to me, shelters are the way to do that.
That's
But
good,
shelters
Woodsy.
are also in the eventuality of Earth changes. Major changes may be coming upon this planet. And it
Oh,
might
what
be
a
that
dumb
someday the only
bitch.
place to be safe just from Earth changes is underground.
I mean, did you
We
the
shouldn't
the
plan on
plates
dying.
move?
We should accept life and know that we
Like,
have to pass on our culture.
that
to
could be even
posterity.
worse.
So I have members on every continent, and they have centers, they have shelters. I
Oh
have
my
placed
God.
the repository of the entire body of our teachings on each of these continents and in many nations. On microfiche. 500 years from now or 1,000 years from now, when
Microfiche.
technology is back on its legs, we will find that these groups of people all over the world have evolved and developed and maintained what we had of a civilization by the end of the 20th century.
Peak of technology is microfiche.
Eric said I miss Wet Dream Guy. I do too.
Honestly,
Elizabeth
yeah.
Prophet and her
Here we
relatively
go.
small group of followers have planned for a destiny that they believe is inevitable. But centuries ago, a book was written that is said to foretell of a similar fate.
Oh, Jesus, the Bible. Please be the Bible. Please be the Bible.
He is breathlessly. It's like he breathlessly ran here to tell you the secret that he just discovered.
Please be the Bible. Please be the Bible. Please.
There is an ancient document which warns us that perilous times shall come.
I love this.
The
Yeah.
Bible also speaks of healing,
Yes!
miracles, and resurrection. But Revelation, the final chapter of the New Testament, suggests that the biblical predictions of the apocalypse,
This is a
the
lot
return
of
the
weird
Antichrist,
shit.
and the battle
Really,
of Armageddon
really bizarre
may
shit, I
all
tell you.
come to pass.
Oh, here we
Pretty
go.
crazy. There's a harlot that's pretty. Yeah, she
I'm gonna
seems
drink
pretty
this as
rad.
They
fast
have
as
followed
possible.
fire mingled
Here we
with
go.
blood,
Oh shit! Here we
and
go.
they were cast upon the earth.
I probably ruined my
Trees were burnt
Ghostbuster
up,
shirt for
and
you
all
guys
green
tonight. All
grass
right,
was
here we
burned.
go. Whoa.
And
You
as
can
it
use
were,
like
a
Dawn
great
or something.
mountain burning with fire
Dawn?
was cast into the sea.
I heard Club Soda.
A haunting
Text
prophecy
Katie, text
passed
Katie.
down for nearly
There you
2,000 years. This ancient document is a
Just yell at
fascinating
her.
source
No,
of
just playing. Don't
prophecy,
do that.
which
Is
may
that
point
Tamira
directly
Morrison?
to our time, and is believed to predict a terrifying future called the apocalypse, or in other words, the end of time. Dr.
Why are they
Charles
all-
Strozier
they all
believes
have
the
the same
signs are all
face?
around us. He is the author of Apocalypse on the Psychology of
Why do they all
Fundamentalism
look
in
so
America.
fucking bummed out?
Revelation
That's
is
like
a
how I
highly
was when I was in
symbolic book.
church.
I would call it a myth of transformation.
Oh shit!
That moves through
A
violence.
blue-eyed savior.
Violence is the regenerative
This-
mode. People have to be changed, cleansed.
Junior Walter
History has to be
Strozer.
cleansed and ended.
This is the best hair
in
we've
order
had the
for
entire
this-
time.
This new creation, this new recreation.
It's like a Gary Busey like haircut.
But before the new Earth can be created, Revelation suggests the end of human history as we know it. The so-called end
So
time.
this is the cue for the Indiana
According
Jones
to
one.
some, the Bible predicts a time of torture and tribulation,
Oh!
the conclusion of God's time, and the reign of the Antichrist.
Yeah, we did that. We did that to innocent
the image of
people.
Antichrist is a very
So
important part
you
of
know.
the end time process. And first reveals himself as a messenger of peace.
Uh-oh.
And it's a false peace that lulls the nations to sleep.
George Bush.
And the message, the psychological message is beware the peacemaker.
Oh shit!
Barack Hussein
Locates in the
Obama.
minds of a quarter of the population
Joe Biden.
fear
Sleepy Joe.
that moves toward peace.
Let's
Donald
go,
Trump.
Brandon.
That
There we
matters
go.
in democracy.
I mean, Donald Trump, honestly,
Bible
Yeah.
is
set
the
to
most.
predict that
He
the
led the
Antichrist will rule for a
sleeping
period of
for
7
real
years, and
to
that 10 nations will unite.
run
under
through
his
the
leadership.
White House or through
Many
the through the
Bible
Capitol.
scholars interpret this as the nations of the European common market.
The key idea, though, is that Antichrist has been born, which is crucial to that unfolding of the end time process. Because after all, if he's born, that means we only have a generation for history to last.
According to some interpretations,
Honestly, Woody
Revelation
Harrelson's
tells us
best
the
role.
Antichrist will force his followers to wear the so-called mark of the beast, associated with the number 666.
666.
Some
Yeah!
Bible scholars believe these marks
You know how
will
many
separate the
times I had
faithful from the damned.
666 parts on my
The
cart
Reverend
today?
Dr. R.L. Hyman
Every time I was
interprets it this way.
There's no question that the
The
Bible
number of the
about
beast.
the rise in satanic worship at the end of time. There will be thousands of people that become Christians because they realize that
Yeah,
this prophecy
he
has
still
been
believes this
fulfilled
is factual.
and that we are
This is
under
what he
the
references.
Antichrist. During his last 3.5 years, the Antichrist
Heimers.
becomes a
Dr.
horrible
Heimers.
dictator,
I
making.
am drunk as shit.
Well, Hitler tried to do that. He'll do
Damn it.
what Hitler tried
I
to
have
do.
work tomorrow.
He'll do what Hitler tried
As
to
a
do.
further indication that the end may be
Coca-Cola.
near, the Bible warns us of deadly storms and floods.
That's
There
all I
shall be
need to know.
signs in the moon, the sun, in the stars, and on earth the distress of
665.
nations.
The neighbor of
Reverend
the
Paul
beast.
interprets.
Here we go.
There will be an earthquake. hit the
Oh,
central part of
Reverend.
the United States
Reverend Richard Hall.
Whoa.
and destroy
Oh.
perhaps more properties and people than any earthquake that we've ever had.
Here we
Before
go.
the end of the
That
earth
right
as we
there-
know it, some
that right there was
Christians
Pat
believe that those who
Robertson's,
reject the Antichrist can be saved through the miracle of
Reverend
the
Richard
rapture
Hall
his handler.
by literally
died
joining Jesus
in
the clouds of
2002.
heaven.
I
Dumb
feel
bitch.
That the
Boy, he didn't
rapture
make
of
he
the
didn't make it
church
very far, did he?
will come to
Dumb
pass.
bitches die.
We've seen
Dumbass.
things moving very rapidly.
Here we go.
Those that believe the Bible and think about these things, we see things in the newspaper every day that seem to point that the time
That's
is
right.
short.
This
Followers
guy
of the
looks like
Bible
the guy
prophecy
from
believe the very short time
from
that is left will
was
end
it,
with a battle called Armageddon,
Screeners?
an actual city east of Israel
Scanners.
called Megiddo that will be completely destroyed.
Megiddo.
They
Oh,
say
the
Bible
Megiddo
predicts it will
shit.
take 7 months to bury the dead after the apocalyptic, possibly nuclear battle of Armageddon in the heart
Isn't
of the
that
Middle
where? Isn't that where Kiadi Mundi died?
Not to imagine at some time, at some point in one's life, those endings or that ending. When I say that ending, I mean the end to human existence. And that's what's so extraordinary. And that's what I think is new. It makes a difference that it is a real scientific possibility. The prophecies say it's all about the end. It seems without hope. And the only thing we can have is faith and commitment to grab some meaning for
It's a
our
scientific
lives
possibility.
now,
Let's have
even
faith.
though we know in the end it'll all be destroyed.
The Bible's prophecies have long been used by scholars and religious leaders as warning signs for mankind.
Oh, no.
But beyond the predictions of the printed word, what actual occurrences point to such calamities?
Let's see it.
The answers can be found all
Bring it
around
on.
us.
All around us? Is this it?
Oh.
Oh. Jesus. How long is this? It can't be that long.
I'll say, where's the bar at the bottom of the screen? We can see how long this has
We are
left.
rapidly approaching the end of the millennium, and many prophets and prophecies point to the year 2000 as the
Yes,
termination
this
of
is
life
it.
on Earth.
Here it is, boy. Here
Why
we
have
go.
they chosen
Here we
this
go,
moment
kids.
in time?
Go.
Are there current signs that might warn that the apocalypse may soon be upon us?
Oh my God. Yes.
It is a unique period in the history
Wow,
of the
look at
world.
those graphics.
We have reached a time where population growth and the depletion of the
fuck is that
planet's
guy
natural
carrying?
resources are producing profound
Like a carpet?
environmental changes
In plastic?
with catastrophic consequences. Devastating floods,
Oh, no.
earthquakes, droughts,
Oh, shoot.
tidal waves, hurricanes and tornadoes now occur with
That's a
greater frequency
big-ass
and more
tornado.
devastating impact. How can these increasingly erratic weather extremes be explained? Kelly Quirk is a climate change specialist.
Climate
with
change.
Greenpeace.
Primarily because of fossil fuel combustion, we are loading
this guy's
tons
ahead of
and
the
tons
time.
and tons of what are known
Kelly
as greenhouse gases. Those
I mean,
gases
they've
are
been
trapped
telling
with
us
heat
for
in the Earth's
like
atmosphere
40 fucking
into the
years,
atmosphere, which
and
is
like
warming the
scientists have been
planet.
going, guys,
But what that is
we're gonna fucking
is a
die.
change in weather, is a destabilization of climate. And so what you have is the environmental impacts, which are increasing windstorms, threats to agriculture, increasing famine and drought, sea level
Prophecies
rise,
hit the
the
second
receding
tower.
glaciers, the melting of Arctic ice. The potential dangers and the catastrophes are so terrifying to people that I think they want to believe it can't be happening.
Dude, I can imagine this Pete Fletcher looking
Nostradamus,
Akin's back!
Edgar Casey, and Gordon Michael
never mind.
Scallion all have been
What were you saying?
interpreted
I'm
as
sorry.
foreseeing
Look up Kelly
extreme
Quirk.
weather as a part
Quirk
of the end
looks like
of the
Pete
world.
Fletcher. Like dead ass looks just like Pete.
Exactly
you can,
like
you
yeah.
can match
But
them. You can match them on
environmental
LinkedIn too.
Not only affect the weather, they greatly impact health. The effect of the depletion of the ozone layer can be chillingly witnessed in Australia. Harry
Which is-
Darlington
it's built
is with
back
the
up, by the
Ozone
way.
Society.
In Australia alone, there are
What's that, the
140,000
ozone layer, really?
new
Ozone's much better,
skin
yeah,
cancers,
'cause of CFCs.
cases of skin cancer every year. They instituted a
I said
law
we got rid of
2 years
because we
ago
fucking
where
did
children
something
have
about
to
we got
wear
some
rid
of
of
that stuff.
protective
CFCs.
clothing.
Like,
And
here-
if
here's
we
Pete-
just-
here's Pete
schools.
Fletcher.
It's very, very
Oh my
serious.
fucking god!
And
I know.
virologist Dr.
That's
Stephen
man's
Moore
Kelly
got
Kirk.
believes the
That man
emergence of
owns
new
goats.
diseases caused by previously unknown
That's
viruses
Kelly Kirk.
may be rooted in the destruction of rainforests.
I bet.
As people cut down the forests and plant things, there are many opportunities for viruses that were formerly buried in the underbrush. This is happening on an unprecedented scale.
Morse.
All
There's
over
some
the
great
world
last
as we see
names in this.
I
deforestation
agree.
and environmental change happening.
What's the one guy? Michael
Nostradamus has
Grant
been
Michael
interpreted as warning
Scallion.
of a horrifying pestilence
Michael-
accompanying the apocalypse.
Where is it? Gordon Michael Scallion.
When
Gordon
viruses
Michael
are studied in
Scallion.
laboratories,
I'm
they
gonna
are
put that
divided
on
in
like
4
some
levels,
legal documents.
4 being a virus that travels through the air.
COVID.
These airborne viruses are the easiest to transmit and the most deadly. While the impact of AIDS on the global population cannot be understated, the AIDS virus is classified as a level 2 virus because its transmission is believed to be through body fluids and therefore considered much more difficult to catch.
Oh, shit.
Medical scientists are growing increasingly alarmed at the proliferation of level 4 viruses. The most deadly of such viruses is the Ebola.
Ebola is a virus that appeared suddenly in 2 outbreaks in Africa. The disease was sudden and dramatic. It causes a fever.
This is
with
real science
rash,
right here, kids.
Bleeding, often internally,
Yes.
shock. We call it a hemorrhagic fever.
It's funny.
Hemorrhagic referring
Whenever
to
we
the
needed to
leakiness of blood
listen to
vessels,
real
and
science, it
people
didn't fucking work.
eventually, in
It didn't
many
work.
cases, will die
No one
of
fucking
shock
listened.
just because
They
their
wouldn't
blood
listen to the
vessels
fucking
leak and
reverend.
they bleed internally. To catch it means an 80% chance.
You're not
They
wrong with
listened
this.
to Gordon Michael
All levels
Scallion.
and types of viruses are being continually studied at the United States Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious
Those suits are kind of
Diseases
funny.
in Maryland.
It kind of just makes them. It looks
The
like
laboratory is
the
now
clumps.
analyzing the Hunter virus, which sprang up seemingly out of nowhere. This virus continues to claim people's lives. Dr. Peter Yarling is a scientific advisor at the facility.
The virus is transmitted to man via the aerosol route. The virus reservoir is a field mouse, and that is through
That mouse is eating a
inhalation
fucking
of
weed
droplets and
Adorable. Those
excreted
little
contaminated
stoner
material
mice.
that humans become involved.
So the conditions for epidemics are increasing worldwide and will continue to increase. for the
Here's
foreseeable
my cousin.
Almost all of the prophets,
Here's my
ancient
cousin
and
Leslie
modern,
holding a mic.
seem to
a
foretell
mouse.
of the apocalypse as a fire in the sky, an all-out war.
Yeah.
Today, while the United
I watched
States and
Oppenheimer.
former Soviet Union are at peace, the threat of a nuclear war remains potent. Iran, Iraq, India, Pakistan, and North Korea are rumored to possess the bomb. And the chance of a nuclear weapon falling into the hands of
I
an
remember Hammer
irresponsible
Time. I was
government
alive
bent
then.
on destruction is a frighteningly real possibility.
I just didn't own the
According to
pants.
nuclear physicist Dr. Ted Taylor.
The hard part of making nuclear weapons is producing the plutonium, which is what starts the explosion.
What has Most this normal gotten name.
It's, A-bomb or an H-bomb. There are now more than 30 countries in the world in which automatically, as a result of producing nuclear power, they have plutonium.
But governments aren't the only ones to covet nuclear weapons.
That's us right
A
now.
great fear
That's
is that
us
these
right now.
bombs are falling into the hands of terrorists. The parts needed to make these explosives are
Terrorists
cheap
who
and available.
smoke.
Some may even be
They
obtainable through the
they
Russian
smoke
black
jazz
market.
cigarettes.
Middle Eastern
How to
people.
assemble the bomb.
Hey, look
is
at this.
information that has
That's
been
so
published
racist.
This is very insensitive.
The weapon can be small enough to fit into
This
a
man is
suitcase,
dark-skinned.
making
He
concealment
is an
no
enemy.
problem.
I'm gonna take this giant suitcase and blow up a fucking building.
New York City.
Oh.
If the World Trade Center had been bombed with a nuclear device, the results would have been catastrophic.
I mean,
It is
Humanity
really
is at
awkward
its
listening
most
to them talk about the
critical
World
stage
Trade Center
ever.
knowing
I
it got
agree.
taken down by a
lot of
fucking
decisions
airplane.
that will determine
2 fucking
in
airplanes.
what directions things proceed that carry with them the prospects for the worst of the prophecies in some sense coming true.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought that guy was Leonard Nimoy for like 2 seconds. Like it sounded like Leonard Nimoy. Jim, what do you think we should do?
Jim. Here we go. This is it.
We're dead,
The
Jim.
Egyptians described the end of
I know
time
that's Bones. I'm
as a
just
bottomless pit at the base of the Great Pyramid. St. Malachi and Nostradamus envisioned cataclysmic devastation.
My guy's reading
Fatima
off the prompt.
and Garibaldi were warned about a final punishment. Edgar Casey, No Eyes, and Gordon Michael Scallion were flooded with visions of global natural disasters.
No Eyes.
And Elizabeth Clare Prophet and her group
What about Summer
prepared for a
Rain? Thank
nuclear
you.
Holocaust the Bible describes as Armageddon. Do all the stories we've heard
I drink a
point
whole bottle
to
of
a
wine.
natural end?
No.
one knows for certain.
Whole
But in the
bottle of wine's
19th
down.
century, Charles
almost
Dickens
there.
wrote,
I'm gonna ruin another
"Men's
shirt if I pick
courses
it up
will
again.
foreshadow certain ends. But if these courses be departed from, the ends will change. In such wisdom lies the real truth of prophecy.
Yeah.
But whatever
Gordon
our
Michael
future,
Scallion, fake beard dude.
the
Yeah.
power to change it rests firmly in our own hands.
Yes, which is why we should fix climate change.
This is the best time I've had in a long time.
He walks up like, I'm
Oh,
going
shit.
to go ride.
The
I'm going
fastest
to go
casket.
ride. I'm going to go ride Indiana Jones now.
Look at this.
Oh,
This aired on NBC. This is a year after Conan premiered on NBC.
Whoa, that's crazy. Brian, what is firm in your hand?
Coast to Coast Productions.
Coast to Coast, baby. Coast to Coast. Listen, Coast to Coast AM. Still going strong with.
Let's see if I'd say it will automatic rewind. Let's see if I have a fancy one. I am drunk. This is I'm like really. I'm kind of trashed.
I'm pretty tipsy.
Wow.
But that was honestly, we honestly should do this more. It's so much fun.
Absolutely next level in like the nicest way possible. That was wild.
Oh, absolutely. No, like the just to go through and have the cast, the cavalcade, if I may, of characters that was presented to us was absolutely beautiful. I may have ruined my Ghostbuster shirt, like it was a limited edition.
We'll fix it.
It was a limited edition. If not, whatever. If it is, it's fine. It's worth it because again, just such a great again.
Wow.
If you have suggestions of things like this that you want us to watch, let us know. If you have, yes, what we got?
I ordered something off Amazon. I am actually pretty drunk. I ordered something off Amazon. I ordered I laugh. I agree, Adam. Thank you for watching this. This was absolute blast. I love you, dude. This was my evening, and I watched so many shows like this. Yes, Buck.
Love you.
I mean, this is what
Buck.
We're here to deliver
Same.
that nostalgia that you don't get anywhere else. But I ordered
the nostalgia with the keen eye of the modern man.
Yes.
Looking of the modern human being watching this and going, this is all fucked.
It's so weird. The one part, okay, what freaked you out most? I think the children that are like, that freaked me out a little bit. That was a little that put me on edge.
That was a little. It didn't put me on edge, but I was like, okay. Honestly, the scrying mirror did, but that's because I've listened to a podcast about that. You want me to go off on scrying mirrors?
No, I don't want to hear that. You know,
stuff like that.
Shit.
No, well, I won't say much. All I will say is I follow this couple who's like they are like one of the top paranormal investigating couples. They actually have it. So they have a museum of the paranormal where they have a bunch of haunted objects, and one thing they do have is called. It's the dark mirror, and they will let people look into it. And basically it's a dark black, jet black mirror, and you barely see your reflection. And apparently if you stand with no one, if you get in a corner and stand there, you basically trip balls looking into this thing.
It's like Harry Potter.
You can see people have been known to see like versions of themselves peek out from behind them. They've been known to
Don't
like
tell me that. Stop.
That's
oh no!
But like
Ghoul
they have,
Flexer.
oh god! It's the goat man. Woo! But no, like basically the mirror that Nostradamus, when they brought up that, because like I listened to that podcast recently. I have not listened to anything about Nostradamus, and then to have like Nostradamus was looking into a dark mirror, I was like, fuck.
He's
fuck,
right.
He's probably right. Or well, it's not that he's right. It's just that of course he was tripping balls when he's looking at that shit, because that shit is fucking it's creepy.
You know what he saw? You know what he saw?
Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Get it off! Get it off the screen. Listen. Well, it's been a good spooky time.
This has been great. It feels like Halloween in here.
And again, so we're gonna have some good spooky times coming up around Halloween. But like this is kind of like a little bit of a view into our spooky times, a little bit. I loved the Edgar Casey segment. The Edgar Casey segment, I think, was the
amazing.
best. Just like a.
God, I am drunk.
Just
do an impression.
I have left the body. The body is no more. Did we get it? Did we get it? Did y'all get it? Y'all got it, right? Right? Y'all got it. It's like he goes from like he goes from like Hammer horror to like the Wolfman to straight into Jack McBriar of 30 Rock.
Did you get it?
Did y'all get it? Did y'all get it?
Did y'all get it?
The heads are severed. There is a sore on the leg. I have left the body. Did y'all get it? Did y'all get it? Did you get it? Did y'all get it?
What they liked. Ask the chat what
Listen,
they
like, what were y'all's favorite part? Like, what stuck out to you? That really kind of like what was something that really stuck into you? Spooky season began July 5th. Yeah, that's absolutely correct, Buck. Yeah, again, like we said, we're gonna be we might mention a show called Ahsoka every now and then, but again, until Disney pays their writers and actors, fuck them, frankly. So the clone, honestly, Eric, the clones was fucking fantastic. That was that's the revelation we should all come from with tonight, is that we have Attack of the Clones being predicted by by Nostradamus and our very ethereal and spooky grandmother. That lady was fucking. I went to church with that lady. I knew 5 of that lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like going to different churches, like throughout my life, like I knew 5 ladies that were just like that, and just like that. To have the sweet old lady like veneer,
Nostradamus,
but to have, Nostradamus predicted that the flesh would melt from our bones, and I've got to wear this original here for you, honey. Would you like? Can I tell you about how Nostradamus predicted? Can I tell you how Nostradamus predicted that you were going to die from radiation poisoning? Yeah, there's like radiation. You're gonna be so unrecognizable because of the radiation poisoning. They're gonna think you're a burnt dog. It's gonna be great. It's fucking incredible. That's an actual story from the Holocaust. You are from not from the Holocaust, but from like Hiroshima and Nagasaki. I was listening to a podcast about that. There was like these kids that were like, they thought they saw like a burnt dog, and it was their fucking mom. And it was like, oh Jesus,
That's fucked.
Jesus Christ, no. So again, not lunchtime, not Sunday after church lunch conversation. That is not the proper conversation.
I want to bring some levity to
Why is Nightbot continually saying Shasta?
Don't know.
Mount Shasta is also listen. It's said that there is a civilization under Mount Shasta.
I've driven by Mount Shasta. It's very pretty.
I listened to a podcast right before you did that, and they were saying like, oh, there's an entire civilization under Mount Shasta. Really? Melt from our bones. Hey, hold on. Here we go. Melt from our bones. Hey, honey, I need another napkin. Did we get it? Did we get it?
I'm gonna bring some levity to this situation.
We did a little.
We'll watch 5 minutes of Jimmy Buffett Tales from Margarita Vision.
From Margarita Vision?
Should we say that for a Bombadcast stream?
We should probably save it for a thing.
We'll watch 1 minute. We'll watch 1 minute. We'll watch 1 minute. Okay.
1 minute.
This will be a tease. Maybe this will be next week.
But Buck, honestly, you should if you haven't listened to last podcast on the left, you should check them out. They're fucking fantastic, hilarious, and educational at the same time. Fucking incredible.
I've listened to them because of Jerry. They're great. They're really good.
They're fucking funny. They're very irreverent, right? But they are also very respectful.
Here we go, live from Margarita Vision.
They do true crime. They do. Oh, here we go.
Here's some levity.
Yeah, they do true crime. They do paranormal. But yeah, go check out Les Podcast on the Left. They don't
so
sponsor us, but I
excited.
fucking love them.
Hope it's a demon video. Oh no!
I will fucking die. Oh no! The FBI.
We're about to get a $250,000 fine.
Oh
shit!
Oh fuck! Oh no!
Hi, I'm Jimmy.
Cheeseburger in paradise, but then I think about the good times down in the Caribbean sunshine. I don't know. Up on the hill.
I don't know.
Oh yeah! Oh, Jimmy gets all the ladies.
The only girl in town.
I almost spilled my wine again. I almost spilled my wine again.
Collections of guitars, set lists, picks, ex-band members, whatever have you. We also have an interesting collection of videos because way back when I accidentally plunged into the world of video before it was even called.
Tell me, Jimmy.
I guarantee you that you will meet some
Tell me,
interesting
Jimmy.
characters
Take
in
me
these
away.
Videos. You'll see some interesting places. So without any further
He said he
ado,
knew about video before
the
the
magic
video
of
was even called
Margarita
video.
Vision. Let's take a look.
He's a prophet.
What the fuck is Jimmy Buffett? Fuck, there are prophecies in this too.
Yes! Fucking Margaritaville.
Take us to Margaritaville, Jimmy. Take us, Jimmy. Margaritaville.
Searching
for my lost soul. Yes! Yes!
Woman to blame. You damn right there is. No, we love women, men, and non-binary.
I'm married to a woman. Oh, okay, we'll leave it.
I am married to the mob.
Wow, we'll have to watch that one next week.
Woo, we honestly, the vibes immaculate. Like
that's next week.
How do we not have any? By the way, how do we not have any of the of our cavalcade of characters that show up on this show show up in our stream?
Jimmy Buffett, Tales from
Jimmy
Margarita
Buffett.
Vision. That's what we're doing next week. Stay tuned.
There you go.
Keep watching VHS. This one's long as shit.
Give us your
Oh.
recommendations. Give us your recommendations. We may not listen. That might be a two-parter. Okay, I'm just saying. I do listen. I have to keep a job, so we both have to keep our jobs.
We do. I have work tomorrow morning. Anyway, y'all, this is a great night. This is one of the best nights we've had. We've had in a minute.
This has been so fucking fun. I love talking about. So listen, I'm so interested in you. You all know how esoteric I love. Like I love the esoteric. I love that kind of shit. Scotty does too, from a distance.
God,
Scotty loves me talking about the esoteric until I freak him out enough to make him go, I'm not going to sleep for 4 weeks.
Nope,
So,
right.
but this, that was like the right amount of creepy and fun.
Yes, it was.
To have that, like, it was the right amount of creepy and fun. And so I seriously, thank you, Buck. We love you too. Seriously.
Gordon Michael Scallion, baby.
Oh my God, hold on. Stepped on a pop top. Flesh melted off my bones. Woo! Oh man, we love you guys. Thank you so much.
I'm glad y'all can enjoy it with us. That was
Thank
so
you
much fun.
for going on all of these absolutely insane journeys with us, because again, we
Yes.
started out this is technically a Star Wars show. We did talk about Attack of the Clones, though. We did talk about Attack of the Clones.
I ordered this over the summer too, because I was like, I can make an aesthetic video like Chase Hauser, but I'm not as good as they are. So
We're not
I
as
ordered
good
this.
as them. No,
maybe
no, no,
maybe
no.
we'll watch this.
We are
Video
not superior.
aquarium,
Oh!
60 minutes. No fish to feed.
You know what we?
No
you know what we
tank to
do?
clean. Relax.
You know what we
on-
do? Oh my God! You know what we do is we have them on. We have them on to watch it with us. That way the
Oh,
vibes are perfect.
Gently
my
gliding
God.
fish to entertain you, relax you. Be there when you
Fucking
need
fantastic.
them. Turn your TV set into a tropical fish stick with beautiful marine fish. Oh, kids love it.
Look, it's got the same banner as the recreation banner on the on the back. That is insane. Oh man. Oh, Eric,
Also,
anytime. Hey, let us know.
of
You can have
course.
both of us. Eric, you can have both of us, my
Reach
man.
out.
Let us
We'll
know.
do it.
Yeah.
We'll be
Seriously, reach
serious.
out.
We'll be
Seriously,
serious.
reach out. We can feign serious. We can feign serious.
So look at this. I'm going to show y'all a little sneak peek. I ordered a VHS last night when I was laying in bed.
Oh yeah,
And,
we've been teasing this for like an hour now.
Yeah, this is the thing I ordered. You ready? So this is
I'm so ready.
This could
So
be a
ready.
porno. I don't know. It's called Donkey Kong Country Exposed. I spent $15 on Enter the Jungle on November 21st.
I mean, listen, the video we watched today had so many swastikas and Hitler and Nazis. Like, I mean, why the fuck not?
Exposed.
Why the hell not? Why the hell
it's
not?
funny
Come
shit.
on. Come
Oh
on,
my
man.
god. Wow. Donkey Kong Country Exposed.
Listen, it's fine. It's fine. We watched the Nazi shit tonight. We'll watch the fucking the Donkey Kong porno.
Our viewers will vote. What do you want to see? Video aquarium.
What's next week?
What's next week?
Aquarium or Jimmy Buffett right now. Give it to me. Oh, hey, what's up? What's up, Trash Association?
Wow, I'm back for the
Floor.
Barbie
Hi,
movie.
what's up?
Look
Back
at
for the
this.
Barbie movie. Welcome. You're gonna have to go back and
Wow.
listen. Honestly, fucking immaculate time. It's been fun. We are very wine drunk right now, but it makes me so happy you made it for the end of the show.
I feel like I have another VHS. Hold on, let me go look.
Listen. We at this point we are just drunk. We are drunkenly going through Scotty's VHS shelf.
I swear I have another good one. Oh, wait, here we go.
Yeah. How was Barbie, by the way? How was Barbie again? Oh, what do we got? What do we got?
Kong Racing!
Are
A
you-
wild racing adventure. Here we go.
Listen, well, we have to. Oh, we have to. Oh, Eric's saying aquarium next week. If we get we get 2 more votes, and we will we'll probably do whatever the fuck we want because it's our show. For God's sakes.
It is our show.
But listen, y'all. This has been this has been so much fucking fun.
Diddy Kong Racing. Here we go.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
Oh my
Spoilers.
God.
Spoilers.
Don't look, everybody. Don't look.
Kids.
Don't look.
Good Lord. We
avert
got trash
your
tonight.
eyes. Avert your listen, this is our content for the next until Disney and Netflix and all of the fucking assholes, all of the top dogs decide to actually pay people a living fucking wage.
Oh, man.
Until you actually pay your writers and actors and stop doing deals where you're like making them act beyond the grave on a camera, like against their will. Taking
Not
extras who
Bombad.
haven't even taking extras and and Scotty's a futurist. He
I am a
fucking loves this
futurist.
shit. But you have to get people's permission. They are taking people
Pay them.
who are they are taking people who have been extras and just like digitizing them and using them without their permission.
That's
Do not
crazy.
do that. Listen, get these people's permission. Fucking pay them.
Just like they paid these Diddy Kong actors.
For
You gotta-
fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. But anyway, and again, trash substantiation. I'm so glad. Listen, I'm so glad that you enjoyed the Barbie movie for another time. I need to see it again. Honestly, I fucking need to get to it again.
Here we go.
Listen, this has been such a fucking great time. Are we gonna watch another thing? Are we watching another thing, or what are we doing?
First on the scene, first with the news, last in the Journalists Invitational Softball Tournament. This is Hot Topic. Tonight, we uncover the real story surrounding Diddy Kong's latest adventure with never-before-seen footage obtained from Nintendo insiders. Now, here's your...
Stay tuned. That'll be something we do later.
Listen,
That was
we've got some onion
Holy-
shit coming your way, and we know that is if you're a true nasty Bombadcast fan.
Good
that
Lord.
like if you're like in the Bombad muck, you love this shit. This is the shit you live for. You wait for us to do this kind of shit, and so here we go.
Diddy Kong Racing.
Barbie was incredible. Again, check our review for Barbie last week. Scotty wasn't able to join for the most of it, so we might listen. Scotty might have to give a Barbie review some other time on his own and stuff. But go check that out. We did that last week. But because you want to know, listen, the thing you want to know about the feminist masterpiece that is Barbie is what men think of it. So go check that out, guys. No, we had a woman on with us. No, guys, this has been so much fun. Scotty, I think we need to call this shit. We need to time a death this thing. We need to time a death this thing because we're almost into Friday. For me, I am like an hour in the future.
So Katie's birthday is Sunday. And then 10 days away from that is Ahsoka.
Can we get some happy birthdays for Katie's
Catherine.
For Katie's birthday, for Catherine, for
Apothic
the
Red.
lovely bride of Scott. There we go. The bride of Frank.
You think I can break this?
There we go.
No, I don't think.
Don't do it. Please don't do that. Don't. I prophesy that will not end well. So. This is the okay. We're too drunk. We love you guys. This has been so much fun. I honestly thought I could have used more Y2K. All right, y'all. We love you. Bombad.
Did you say impossible? Pasquale? Only kidding, Jackie. I've changed my tune because I finally thought of a possible dream that we can all share. What is it?
Pasquale?
It's a dream about a world when nobody is poor or sick or hungry.
Oh, now that's a dream we can make come true.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right.
As I point up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind.
I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their need? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top,
And a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Oh yeah,
I'm asking him to change his ways.
come on, change. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah,
I'm asking him to change his ways.
no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change.
Time for us to take a break, but we wouldn't dream of being gone for long. See you in a little bit.